my hands.
Are you okay?
Move your hands.
It's magic! In honor of, shall we say, the chocolate starfish, we're number one. We're number one. We're number one. We're number one. I'm sorry, dude. I gave you the chocolate starfish too late, didn't I? Yeah! There it is!
If I knew you were going to put up both fingers, I would have gotten the one with him having both fingers up. I wasn't ready for that.
Welcome to Blow the Whistle, the live stream.
Straight out of Lombard.
Because we've been here for years. That's
I
right.
haven't really missed that.
We're back, baby.
We're back.
Yes,
And
sir.
boy, do we have a lot to talk about. Hopefully, Andrew can shut up a couple times. So
Okay, you know what? I am not that bad. All right? And I've been away for a while, so I got words, okay?
that's the problem.
He's been on vacation. He's got some
That's the
shiz
problem.
to say.
I got things to say.
shiz.
He's got stuffs.
He's got stuffs to say.
Well, my name's David Double D Dykstra. I'm here with my boys.
Tyler Butterball Beautyball.
And Andrew Pepe Vanlenton.
We not going with the old ball and chain?
I switch it up.
Because he's got too many nicknames, man.
I can't keep track.
Yeah.
I'm coming up with another one. I just got to phrase it properly. But this is Blow the Whistle. We are here to talk all things football today.
I love football.
Not football.
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 American football.
Football.
American football.
American football.
We're going to hit on, of course, the greatest team in all of the NFL, the Chicago Bears. Woohoo! Nice job. Good job, boys. Way to go.
Do what
We're
you have
also
to
going
do.
to talk some NFL news, talk about the playoffs coming up. Then we go into the college football zone where Andrew and I will probably not shut the hell up for a good 5 hours.
Yep. Most likely.
There's a lot to talk about this.
There's a lot. to
All
talk
right,
about.
boys. Oh, you ready?
Let's do it.
Let go.
All right. So last Sunday, the unthinkable happened. The Houston Texans beat the Indianapolis Colts.
I love you, Lovey Smith.
Greatest win for Lovey Smith ever.
Can't believe that. I can't believe that at all.
In his Bears career.
Yeah.
And he wasn't even coaching the Bears.
He beat the guy that won a Super Bowl against him in 2006. Think about that. Jeff
Yeah.
Saturday was there
Yeah,
for
that's
that.
right.
That's a
true.
little bit of revenge for him there, if anything. I mean,
And what do you get as a reward, Lovey? I can't believe that.
Hey, that's okay.
we will have words on
You
that.
know the Texans owners were like, what are you
If
doing?
you saw the game, you would see. I think it was either the GM or someone on the sideline, and as soon as the final call, he's just like,
Yeah.
he was mad.
It was definitely,
It was
Casario was not happy.
Oopsie doodles.
He's still a Bear at heart.
Oopsie doodles. But let's talk about the Bears game real quick.
Yeah.
Did you guys, first off, let's throw a question out to our viewers, our listeners, whoever you may be, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook.
Facebook.
That's the German version of Facebook.
No, that's the rich version of Facebook.
Oh, that's the rich version.
Just
okay.
like, you know, if you want to spend a little extra money, you go to JC Penney instead of JC Penney's. Never heard that one before?
I've never heard that
Jay
before.
said Panay.
Yes.
That's where the doors that slide open actually slide open.
It has a rotary door.
Oh, it's got, whoa, excuse me.
Welcome to Jesse Panay.
And they've got that one greeter that's like not 90 years old.
Hi, welcome to JC Penney's. Have a great day.
Would you care for a sample of cologne?
How about a shot of oxygen?
God, I would love to see you be a cologne person, Tyler.
Aqua de
We're off the rails already. I
Yeah,
love
wait.
it. We're back.
We had a question, by the way.
Aqua de Franc?
As he's squirting them in their ass. It says eau de toilette right here. I'm spraying the right part.
How's it smell? Well, my farts smell better, so.
Ooh, very clean booty you have.
That being said, the question that I want to ask all our viewers and our listeners is, Do you believe it was the right call to sit Justin Fields this last game? Hit us up on our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at BlowTWhistle1. That is BLOWTWHISTLE1. How you like that?
That was good.
Yeah,
Uno.
yeah,
That was good. He's learning, folks. He's learning.
Tyler, I'll go to you first. Do you think it was the right call to sit Justin?
It was a great idea to make him sit because, I mean, he's been dealing with an injury, I think, for the past 4 weeks, and he's just been kind of holding it because he's a tough player and stuff like that. But it's the last game. You're already on a 9-game losing streak. You're gonna get if they won, they would have got the second overall pick. Actually, no, they probably would have dropped down to like 4. But no, you don't need to start your franchise quarterback for the last game. You're not playing for anything and stuff like that. Let Peterman play. Was it Doyle?
Boyle.
Tim
Boyle
Boyle.
rules.
Oh, Boyle rules.
Oh, Boyle rules. No, it was great to play. Let the kid sit. He needed a break and get ready for the offseason. And it was great because the Bears went full tank, lost 10 in a row.
Tank.
Full
It was
tank.
beautiful.
Went full tank.
Kaboosh.
Full tank, baby.
And now the Bears are sitting with the number 1 overall pick. I mean,
Do you really believe that they went full tank? Be honest. Do you believe that they really went full tank?
I don't think they really did because if you look at all the games that they played, they were within a score in all their games. So I mean, they played their tails off. They just didn't have a talented team, and so. But I mean, again, you were on a 9-game losing streak. Last game of the season, no need to start Justin Fields. Let him take a break. His ribs are killing him. His hips were killing him.
I think it was more the hip flexor than it was the ribs.
Yeah.
Was it with more? Yeah, they said
Well, I
it was
think
a hip injury.
I would call into question as far as how legitimate maybe that was, but even still, I
mean, when
you don't
getting-
really want to risk it with the
When you're
quarterback like
getting
him.
that gun to your hip during a game,
That sharp pain.
that's pretty legit.
Yeah, that can definitely derail you.
Granted, to not let him play took him out of the possibility of. I mean, he probably was going to break the rushing record for a quarterback, but who cares? Because you don't want to. You don't want
Lamar Jackson.
But you don't want to put that
I
name out
got
there.
words for you too, buddy.
You don't want to put that title out there that he's a running quarterback. He's not a running quarterback. Can he run? Abso-freaking-lutely. He's fast as hell, and he can use his legs really well. But he's still proven and shown to me that he's a throwing quarterback, and that's what we're going to see next season once the Bears get him some help as they have full control of free agency and the draft.
That is a very
Wahaha.
interesting statement to make because there's not a lot of fans out there that are Bears fans that will say that Justin is a throwing quarterback.
I fully support that he is.
I mean, there's certainly a tear between the fan bases on people who are looking at him and saying, well, he rushed for over 1,000 yards, therefore he qualifies as a running quarterback. Sure, this year, I mean, he still threw the ball, I would say, significantly better than most others did this year that were, trying to make their way through, right? I would say he did a lot better than Zach Wilson.
He had less interceptions than somebody up north.
Yeah, he had less interceptions than Aaron Rodgers. He did a lot better than Mac Jones, although I think half of that problem is that you've got a defensive coordinator and a special teams guy running your offense.
And
but
don't forget
I
about
love
Trey
it.
Lance.
Hey,
Yeah,
listen,
He didn't even play.
Trey Lance
Granted,
didn't
he
even
got
play.
hurt, but
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't
I
going to
love
play.
the fact that Mac Jones looked as good as he did against the Bills.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, I think they finally figured out how they want this offense to run. Last game of the season.
We figured it
Yeah,
out.
it doesn't mean anything. But, I mean, look, as far as Justin Fields goes, like sitting him, I think it was the smart move to make because the question that's obviously being asked by a lot of people now is, well, where do you go forward with Justin Fields? If he would have played if he would have played this season, this last game, maybe he gets hurt and now you have a setback and now you have to have him recoup and, he's dealing with an injury. How is he going to, this could hurt his confidence, but at the same time, he wants to win. They all want to win. They did. I know you said full tank. I don't think they fully went. I don't think they went like half tank.
I wouldn't say they went full tank. I mean, they knew they were planning to lose. They weren't playing for anything.
I think by the last 5 games of the season, they were saying. Simeon's dealing with an injury still, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's still dealing with an injury. I think they went like half tank or like last 5 games, 7 games of the season, they're going, all right, we know we're not going to be anything. We see where the season's going now. Let's just let's just ride it out the best we can. Fields gets the experience, and then we lose whatever games we can towards the end.
That was the biggest take of the season is just develop your quarterback.
Right.
All the Bears fans.
That was the most significant
All the Bears
part
fans
of
were
this.
expecting to win because they get mad every single season. This was no, they never will. And I will, as me being a Bears fan, I can call these guys out. So, But this was all for a developing season. You had a young team.
Yeah.
All new guys starting. Like you had three starting rookies on the defensive side. So I mean, this was all developing. 4? Who am I missing?
Yeah,
There's Sanborn, Brisker,
Sanborn. I can't believe
Gordon.
Yeah, how can you forget Sanborn?
I don't know why I was forgetting Sanborn.
So
But yet, in the idiotic ways, well, what middle linebacker are we going to go out and get? What?
You keep Sanborn for cheap.
Who has played the system for now 5 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
knows
played
this
that
thing.
exact system and is in the right place every single play.
Yeah. And he could be your starting linebacker. I don't know if you should commit to that right off the bat. But, hey, bring in some competition. If he wins out the job like we saw over preseason, does the same thing, he's your guy. He's your guy going forward.
Granted, that was after a certain someone got traded,
Right.
which, congratulations, Roquan, for getting Baltimore to pay you.
I'm sure their quarterback loves that.
He took Lamar Jackson's money.
You know what? And I guarantee you, that's what the calls right now in Baltimore are probably saying.
I swear,
Radio stations, TV, they're all saying
on
it.
all that is holy. And we're going to talk about this in a little bit.
Yeah.
If something happens that people have been talking about, I'm going to find a new team.
I know where you're going with that, but yeah.
But that being said, the Bears are not officially on the clock yet, but they are on the clock
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
with the number 1 pick overall in the 2023 draft.
Last time they had that was 1946.
47.
47.
Yes.
Yes.
And he
That was-
played one season.
Just got to correct.
You were.
I just want to make sure he gets it
I
right because
thought-
we're going to get called out no matter what.
He wasn't even a twinkle in his dad's testes.
My dad was 3 years old.
My dad was just born.
Rest in peace.
My dad wasn't even born.
His dad wasn't even a twinkle.
My dad
He wasn't a twinkle.
My dad was still on the island of Puerto Rico as a baby. So
But that being said, that leads us to the next phase, which is what are they going to do?
right.
Are you taking that generational talent at defense, which you have 2 generational talents to choose from, or are you getting picks to then come back and still maybe get a solid player, maybe a Quentin Johnson
Yeah.
Yeah.
wide receiver, and getting multiple picks?
See, that's tough because, I mean, the guy that's been projected that people ever, it was either Will Anderson Jr. And right now it's looking like he's going to be the first overall pick. And so obviously that's where the Bears are sitting. So it's kind of tough because you know this guy, like wherever you trade down to, you probably won't get him.
Yeah.
Depending where you go. Unless you pull what an opposite of Ryan Pace did and just move down a spot. Ryan Pace moved up a spot. If you move down a spot and still sit at number 2, there's a chance. But there's a lot of teams up there that are wanting a quarterback, needing a quarterback.
Oh, the Texans are going to pay out the yin-yang if they want that number 1 overall pick.
Oh, they will. And so, I mean, you could just move down a spot, still have the chance of getting your guy at number 2, and still gain. You'll probably gain another high first-round pick and possibly another first-round pick the next year. So, I mean, there's a lot of holes to fill in this roster. So, I mean,
you're not getting at least 2 first-round picks out of that
don't want it.
position and a wide receiver,
Please.
do not make the deal. Am I wrong?
No, you're not.
All
Those
4
are
of the teams that have been quote-unquote rumored to be interested.
I mean, the Texans make a lot of sense because obviously they have a very disgruntled receiver in Brandon Cooks who wants to get out of Houston.
Oh, he said he's never playing there again.
So exactly.
Yeah,
So
he's
you've
done.
got that. I don't know if they would make the swap from 2 to 1 unless they feel very confident to say that the Bears are going to take their guys. So if that's the case, then they want Will Anderson Jr. more than life itself. I don't think they would give up their other first-round pick for it, but you might be able to get next year's first-round pick out of it.
I don't
potentially.
see
I don't think the Texans are going to make that move, honestly. I don't think they're going to trade on that.
Why wouldn't you? Because then you're not getting your guy at 2. Because the Bears will trade with somebody. I'm almost certain of that. Now, whether or not Bryce Young is your guy, and that's the guy that you said, without a shadow of a doubt, that's unless you're completely convinced that C.J. Stroud can do just as well as Bryce Young, which I'm not convinced of, because he has a lot of the same issues with less mobility as Justin Fields has.
Yeah.
You'd be basically just trading away to draft the exact same quarterback in a way.
I mean, I think C.J. Stroud is the guy that the Texans should take because with their other draft pick, then I think you could go get a guy like Jackson Smith-Njigba and have that quarterback wide receiver combo that a lot of teams are looking for right now.
I don't trust him.
See, you said that about Olave.
I did say it about Olave.
And he hit 1,000 yards.
And I was wrong. I will freely admit I was wrong about Olave.
Time will tell if he's going to be one of the elite wide receivers in the league. But I think a lot of teams right now are trying to venture towards that area of getting the quarterback with the receiver, right? Whether it's getting him this year and getting that other guy next year, that's obviously going to be the debate. But I think if you're asking me if the Texans would trade up to go get that quarterback because somebody else wants them, I think they're perfectly healthy, or not healthy, but they're perfectly fine with saying we'll just stay at 2 and we'll take whoever's there. Because let's be honest, they could just say we don't want a quarterback, take Jalen Carter or whatever else they need at number 2, or trade down even, get more picks. Like, let's say they trade with the Lions, right? Lions want to move up from 6 to go to 2. They get the Lions 2 first-round picks, which I think is 6 and 18, if I'm not mistaken. So now the Texans have 3 more first-round picks that they can use then. They don't need to get a quarterback then. They build the team around it. They suck next year, and then they go get Caleb Williams with the number 1 pick. Who's to say that couldn't be their move? I just helped you, Texans. Hire me. I can help you.
Let's be honest about this.
Better than what they got now.
Let's be honest about this, though.
Yeah.
Texans are renowned for not
they're
knowing
terrible.
What the hell they're
Cal
doing.
McNair runs that organization, and he runs it terribly. And they've got too much problems because they fired Easterby. Caserio doesn't know what he wants in a head coach now because they fired Lovie Smith. And now the ownership...
we all know exactly what they want.
Yeah, and the McNairs are now going to court.
His name is Sean Payton.
Yeah, and the McNairs are going to court now, interfamily court, because sister and younger brother want more control over Cal McNair. So guess what? Houston's probably going to botch the pick. Yeah. They're probably going to take a guy who's talented. They'll take Jalen Carter, but most likely he'll have a great season while the rest of the team is crap.
Yeah.
That's how it's going to probably go.
One of the biggest rumors that we keep hearing, and David, you and I were talking about it, and you're very high on it, was that
it makes too much sense.
It makes too much sense. Bears trade down with the Raiders, get Devontae Adams, their 7th overall pick, and then I think there was obviously another first-round pick, and then next year's first-round pick. So that clears up your number 1 wide receiver without a doubt.
Once again, another organization that is notorious for making bad moves.
Right.
I think the only problem with that is that obviously you're then taking on Devontae's full salary at that point.
And that's fine because they have the cap space.
They have the cap space now, but then that really kind of cuts things in half. I know they've got 130 or and some change, whatever, in the cap. And I get that there's still more room to work with. But if you want to hire the best of the best, if you want to sign the best of the best, you need to have that available money out there that everybody knows. Once you get Devontae, yes, you've got an elite wide receiver, but I don't know how much more attractive it gets after that when you say, okay, we only have X amount of dollars now to spend on hopefully a premier left tackle and hopefully some help.
But then see, when they trade down, they can load up that. You
obviously are not sold on Braxton Jones then?
No, I don't think Braxton Jones is a bad offensive lineman, but I don't think we're going to probably look at him in 5 years and see him making like 1 or 2 Pro Bowls. I think that's kind of maybe where his limit could be, maybe be a Pro Bowler once. But I don't think his technique is sound. He obviously can work out and get his lower body stronger. That's what he says is his weakness right now. But I see other offensive linemen out there right now that can certainly fix that left tackle spot. If he wants to move to right tackle, I think that would be the better move for him.
Then you have Borum and Jenkins at guard.
I would say Borum and Jenkins at guard, and you go get yourself a center that can do the proper job of being the leader for that team, because you need a smart center. You need somebody who's a veteran, like a Corey Lindsey or Mitch Morse, who I know is going to be available, but I wouldn't take him because he's on a 6 concussion right now, so I wouldn't do that. But you got to get a veteran center, I think, in there, or somebody who has that veteran center presence, like Creed Humphrey, right? Yeah. For the Chiefs, you ask Patrick Mahomes who he credits with that offensive line being who they are. Humphrey gets first regards, and he was a rookie who made the Pro Bowl. You need that guy.
There's also Trent.
That's true.
Trent Brown's going to be out there.
Trent Brown will be out there. So I
think it's just harder because
Trent Brown's a little. He's a little fat.
I think the thing
295, man, you're pushing it. You're pushing it.
I think what's really leaning like towards the dude, like possibly if that's even a talk with the Raiders, is that we've talked, Andrew, is that there's not many solid receivers in the free agency this upcoming season. The
Here's-
best one is Jacoby Myers, but I mean, they're not going to be able to sign anyone that's really going to be a number one. Granted, it's going to be cheap, but if you have the money and you can get this guy, you know he's a guaranteed number one receiver.
If the Raiders would be willing to throw, I would even say, don't even give me like next year's first round pick, because their best offensive lineman is Colton Miller. That guy's a 6'8", 310 premier left tackle. If you made that guy go in the deal with Devontae Adams, I don't think they would make that move because that's giving up a lot. But if they're saying, all right, maybe we do have to do a rebuild, Derek Carr is probably going to leave. So if that's going to be the case, we trade away these guys with our first round pick. Probably.
He's gone.
I think he's gone.
I mean, I think the end of the season pretty much says that that relationship is torn to pieces.
For as much as that dude is done for that organization, that has Josh McDaniels written all over it.
No, because Jarrett Stidham was his boy. That was his pick.
Exactly.
In New England, Jarrett Stidham was, if you don't know, Jarrett Stidham was the guy that was requested by Josh McDaniels because he believed he was the next guy to take over for Tom Brady.
Well, and
which didn't work out, but
if you ask anybody that did evaluations in that draft, Stidham threw the best ball out of anybody in that draft.
Yeah, he looked by his pro day, which take that for what you will, right? He looked like the best quarterback with the best tools. Yeah, the best passer. But then again,
best spin rate, best velocity.
We've said that many a times with a lot of guys before.
And after that first game, you were kind of going, okay, I get it.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
but
we also said that about Zach Wilson too. So, right, Dark Square?
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
Now.
So what I was gonna say.
That was, you know what? I had a feeling that was going to happen, so I was kind of hoping it would.
I know it worked out well. We were joking about it, but it actually happened.
Joke works.
Okay, so let the debate begin then. Mm-hmm. My personal feeling is it's Justin Field or bust. But let me throw out a scenario, and I've thrown this out to you guys, and I'll throw it out to you guys. Mm-hmm. Great. Justin Fields is your guy. Mm-hmm. You trade out of that number one, and you get let's say a plethora, along with a solid veteran wide receiver, whether it be Brandon Cooks, whether it be Michael Pittman Jr., which I think would be a super cool upgrade.
It's another rumor.
I like.
That's not bad considering that Indy's probably going to have to do a quick teardown. So
plus you get a cheaper contract and plus more picks.
Tell you what, if you want to send Nelson and Michael Pittman over, I think people would be more than happy to see that happen.
Seahawks have been rumored.
Yeah.
DK. Once again, you have to take in his contract, but well worth it. I think DK is very not happy in Seattle.
He's an elite talent that's kind of trapped.
Yeah, he is.
And then you have Las Vegas. Once again, talking Devontae, elite with picks. But you now have more picks in this year's draft and next year's. Why not take a flyer on a certain quarterback from Tennessee in the late third, early fourth round?
Yeah. I mean, Hendon Hooker will be out there. The guys that I thought were going to be good compliments to Justin Fields are just like, I'm going to stay in college and rule the world.
Yeah.
So I don't blame them. I don't blame those guys because, listen, Jaden Daniels next year and Michael Penix Jr. could both find themselves in a much better situation.
If Penix plays the way he did this past year and they can get a defense around him.
He could be the first Washington quarterback picked in the first round since Jake Locker. Yeah. Imagine. Yeah, exactly.
I think if you're going to go that late, in which he probably will, Hendon Hooker would be a great fit to be a backup because he's going to fit that system. And Trevor Siemian does not.
And it gives him a year to get his knee right as long as Justin
performs.
Well, not just performs, but can stay healthy.
Yeah.
And the problem with that is that I think he will go earlier, like in the third round, which I think is something that the Bears are going to have to think about. Like, do we want to spend if you think he's good enough to take over and do the job as a great backup for Fields, sure, absolutely. If you're sold on that, go for it. But if you need other things and there are players there, like we talked about what they did in the draft this past year, right? There were clearly options at wide receiver that you could have taken beforehand, right? You could have had your safety over the top in Brisker. I like that pick. I think that was the solid pick. I'm still waiting to see what happens with Gordon. He looks good, but I need to see more come from him against the elite guys.
I'll say he progressed a lot during the season.
It's just when Jalen Johnson takes out the number 1 guy, he has to stick to that number 2 guy like glue. Zone, man-on-man coverage, he has to be
that's learning curves. I mean, it was his rookie
and that's
year.
what I'm saying. But if you had
give him another year, maybe 2. If he's still making the same mistakes, then yeah. But
absolutely. But I'm saying, at that point in that draft, you had Alec Pierce and all these other receivers that were just sitting there that you could have taken, right? George Pickens is another guy that we've noted now is pretty good sitting out there. And
I will say them not picking Pickens might be an overlook.
I thought Alec Pierce, because he's a hometown kid and he's a good possession receiver, right?
He had a decent year.
He's an Austin Collie type of guy. That's why I like him in the Colts. But he could work with the Bears too as your possession guy.
I just wonder if part of it was
George Pickens is your big playmaker.
I just wonder if part of it was George Pickens. They were talking about how he doesn't really kind of
right. He doesn't get along with coaches. He doesn't get along with
fit
teammates.
well with coaches and teammates.
He loves him some Tomlin.
Yeah, of course, because he's getting the ball. I mean, and that's why him Pickett to Pickens right now which should be on a shirt, by the way. I'm helping.
Can we just congratulate Tomlin still pulling out a winning season?
That's unbelievable.
What the hell? We were talking early.
Told you.
We were talking early on that he was gonna have his first losing season. Nope. He said, "Screw you."
Not me. Not me, Tomlin.
You're right.
Not me, Mike.
You're right.
I always got faith in you, baby.
However, I was right about the Miami Dolphins. I just want to point that out. I said 9-8. So.
Okay. Let's. We're going
to
talk about this.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. But I just feel like they need bodies, right? The Bears need bodies. Exactly. So it's basically about using these draft picks to get the right guys at the right positions.
I guess at this point, though,
fill in the spots.
Is it getting more bodies, or are you looking for the talent now instead of just bodies?
Well, you're looking for talent, but you also want to get in bodies as well, because we now can see through the NFL how many guys come in that are top-tier draft picks that are making that big a difference, right? There's a lot of guys you find undrafted, like Jack Sanborn. There's other guys that are 6th and 7th round picks that are coming in, making impacts for their teams, right? And you can find talent everywhere. So I would say at the top of the draft, like the first 3 rounds, you want to find your talent. After that, just load it up with guys that you think have the potential to be something on special teams and maybe break through as a starter as you see them grow through training camp and, the preseason and all that.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you a wide receiver right now that no one's really talking about that you could get maybe 5th round that could develop into something for you. Tinsley from Penn State.
Oh, yeah, you mentioned him.
Possession receiver.
Yeah.
He'd probably be 4th or 5th on the depth chart going in, because God knows, you got to sign Inquinius St. Brown, whatever.
Equinemius. It's the best blocking wide receiver.
Shut your mouth.
But that's why they signed him.
I swear to God.
That's why they signed him to an extension.
It is. For what other reason? I will say, I have been impressed with Velus over the last couple games. He seems to have taken a step forward.
Well, yeah, he got a foot in his ass. But, I mean, the thing is, that's the only concern is with Pace, how he drafted late for a receiver. Velus hasn't really turned out to the guy that he was expected or they thought he was going to be. This year,
I don't think it's going.
I don't know.
It's a 1-year sample.
We'll see how he does next year.
You're lucky, Mr. Should have been running around here naked like Peter
he didn't
Griffin.
even make the goddamn starting lineup, and he probably could have. And even then, I don't think he would have had 1,000 yards. He drops passes like crazy. His route running is still terrible.
He drops punts.
Yeah,
and that's what they're like. All right, well, let's put him here. And so I mean, he could still hopefully develop and learn.
Ball spins a little different in the NFL than it does at Tennessee.
Tyreek Hill, my foot. McShay, you idiot.
Listen.
Moron.
Parker Washington's going to be out there for Penn State, too.
Look, there's going to be a lot of receivers. There's still Kayshon Boutte.
He did this.
He's coming back. Because
I was like, why isn't Kayshon playing in the bull?
Because he's...
What? You're going to play now?
No, he's going to play.
You're going to go play in the NFL now after you decided you didn't want to play?
Because there's a lot of rumors going out there that LSU likes to have fun time.
I heard about this little.
Yeah, so
I must
that
have.
may be the fact
Party.
that he declared he actually got dismissed, and he just said.
I just want to know if Brian Kelly was there dancing.
Brings a whole new meaning to the word family.
Family.
That it does. That it does. But that being said, I think we're pretty solid with what we feel the Bears should do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now it's just, let's see if they can execute.
If they can do it.
That's my biggest concern because.
And I don't think Poles is going to do anything to where he's not getting exactly what he wants for that number 1 pick.
Right. Well, and that's the thing is that he has to be the one in control of this situation. No McCaskies can get involved. No George, no Virginia, nobody.
I will say this much. For as much as I've seen, it seems like they're very hands-off with Poles.
No, yeah.
They've been,
absolutely.
he's been getting a lot of the say.
What have they really had to have hands-on with?
This is one of the first times I believe that they've kind of.
Well, because they're.
And he knows what he's talking about.
You got to remember,
Ted Phillips is also.
Well, he's gone too.
Retiring, yes.
And so now,
how do you feel? What do you think of the Big Ten commissioner as the
Kevin Warren? I love
it.
That move.
Get him.
That's a great move. He's a businessman who knows football.
He knows football. He's got insight in the Big Ten and college football.
He's also not 89
He's gonna be
years
1-2 with Pace on drafting.
Yeah.
Let's.
I think they know each other.
Let's worry about that for 1 second because I will tell you this much right now: if they hire him as the team president, if Eberflus flops, want to take a stab at who the next Bears head coach is going to be?
Don't say Ryan Day.
Oh no.
Who?
He's the head coach of Michigan if he doesn't take a job this year.
Oh.
Yeah, I saw that coming.
Yeah, he already had an interview with Denver.
I mean, it's going to be one of those two guys because those are his guys that are getting the Big Ten's name in the national championship.
Or it's Pat.
No.
I'm just
Pat.
I'm just telling you.
No.
Big Ten commissioner. As the
I refuse.
No.
I refuse. I'm not even a Bears fan anymore, and I refuse.
You can refuse it all you want, but it's setting up.
Pat Fitzgerald is a sorry coach. Just sorry, and you suck, and you're so fake, and you just go to like Troy, man.
It's a little too early to. It's a little too early to say anything about Eberflus yet.
It feels personal.
Just let me have the interview with Justin Jackson, man.
There it is. There it is.
Just kidding. I'm kidding.
But it's a little too early to say anything about Eberflus. Like he's still.
Oh no, I think Eberflus did a phenomenal job
for
this
what
year.
he had.
He did very well.
And I will say this, Luke Getsy, I take back every bad word I ever said about you before the season started because I thought you were going to be a punk ass. I'm trying to be good today.
But I want to tip my hat as well to Alan Williams, the defensive coordinator for the Bears.
That one didn't surprise me because that
if anything you want to say about that defense, he is a defensive backs coach, and he did an amazing job with those guys.
Oh,
they look refined. You made Kendall Vildor look like a solid nickel cornerback, man. That takes a lot.
The only thing I'm upset about it.
TJ back there.
The only thing I'm upset about is not giving Thomas Graham Jr. a chance.
He's not even on the team anymore.
Nah.
That's probably why. That makes sense. I didn't even know about that. No one said anything.
Somebody else snatched him up.
Wow, I'm surprised.
That had to have been a philosophical difference.
Probably.
Unfortunately. Something behind doors.
But that being said, it's enough Bears talk. Let's talk playoffs. NFL.
Playoffs.
Talking about playoffs?
Yeah, we're talking about playoffs.
Coaching
carousel, all that next here on Blow the Whistle on Twitch, YouTube.
The Chicagoland area has a large number of lonely dogs currently filling shelter pens, just waiting to find a family. Nothing adds warmth to a home like a wagging tail and a warm pair of brown eyes. If you are considering adding a dog to your household, visit the Anderson Animal Shelter, where adoption counselors can assist you in selecting your new best friend. Make your house a home. Adopt a shelter dog. To see a current list of adoptees, visit their website at www.andersonanimalshelter.org or meet them in person at 1000 South LaFox Street in South Elgin. Don't have room in the home for a new furry family member? Donations of toys, collars, and soft or hard non-perishable dog food are always accepted and are greatly appreciated. All animals are spayed or neutered and are waiting with tails wagging to find a loving home. Visit 1000 South LaFox Street in South Elgin or www.andersonanimalshelter.org for more details.
Man, I'm so hungry. I need somewhere to eat fast. I have no idea where to go.
Psst. Hola, me llamo El Taco de Taco. You know where to go for the amazing taste that'll have you craving more? Taco Bell.
All right, can I get 20 tacos, please?
You got it.
Thanks, Taco.
De nada.
Good. That's it. Eat the tacos.
Taco Bell. Live más.
And we're back here on Blow the Whistle, the live stream.
Straight out of Lombard.
My turn?
Say it.
We've been here for years.
That's the first time he's done it.
Yeah.
He went a little G with it.
Gee with it.
He brought out his inner.
I've been out here for a minute.
He brought out his inner cholo.
Oh man, that's Uncle.
His inner cholo.
Oh man, that's my Uncle Charlie.
Oh,
Which is not my uncle, but he's like my uncle. So love you, Uncle Charlie.
don't
Secondhand.
try to explain Latino families.
He's not Latino.
Oh, really?
This is the brother from another mother family.
Oh,
Ah.
I have one of those too.
Yeah. Uncle Charlie, you crazy, but I love you.
He's the one.
He knows it. He says
He's
it.
crazy, but I love
He's
you.
the one that gives great advice with a cigarette half in his mouth.
Yes, and he yells at the cops. And they're just like, sir, calm down.
Nice.
No, you calm down. All right, chill, man, chill.
All right, so let's get into this NFL stuff because there was a lot to digest.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
First and foremost, let's talk about the Damar Hamlin thing.
Mm-hmm.
Legitimately, for me, scariest thing I've ever seen on a football field.
That was terrifying.
Yeah.
Never seen anything like it.
I've never seen someone stand up and then just go completely stiff.
Well, let alone also they had to give CPR to him on the field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was just terrifying.
The only thing that I can think of, like, of this magnitude, and a lot of people have already said it, and I was watching the 30 for 30, the Guru of Go, talking about Loyola Marymount. For those that don't know, Hank Gathers, who was a player for Loyola.
Do you want to hear something freaky?
Mhm.
That 30 for 30 played an hour before that football game.
No way.
Played.
Really?
I watched it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I was watching it during commercials during the football game.
Wow.
Yeah, it was eerily creepy.
Yeah, and that's like, for those that don't know, if you haven't, I would recommend definitely seeing that. It's a great documentary about probably one of the greatest college basketball teams that never got a chance to make it. In there, Hank Gathers, who's one of the best players in the country at that time, top scorers and everything.
Yeah.
Shooting a free throw, he goes into cardiac arrest out of nowhere and just drops.
He made the free throw and started
Yeah.
running back to defend and
he
just dropped.
He just fell and hit the floor, and he died right there. And that was what first ran through my head. And the other one was my dad told me the story about Chuck Hughes, the Lions player who everybody talked about too.
Oh, yeah.
Who died on the field, or didn't die on the field, but he collapsed on the field against the Bears in '74, I think it was. And then they took him to the hospital, and he died there. And so that was the exact same thing that went across my head when I saw that. I'm like, please don't let that be the case here, because this is not. This is never something you want to see happen. And I was glad to see that football didn't matter in that moment either.
I loved how
The human quality came out.
the entire the whole family of like every team,
The NFL is
fans and everyone were just supporting him, except for you, Skip Bayless, you dirtbag.
Whoa,
Dude.
Let me-
whoa.
Here's
We're
Come
gonna
on.
have a fight. We're gonna have a fight right now.
Okay.
Here's what may I?
Yeah,
please?
go ahead.
I don't
Okay.
want to take your fire away, David, but I don't have a problem necessarily with what Skip Bayless had to say because he said what he said, and then he led it at the end of it with, which it all seems irrelevant. So everything he said there was basically him trying to say like none of that matters right now. And the other problem was the timing of it, right?
That's where I will agree with you.
That's the biggest problem.
Bad
with it.
timing
That moment
should have
after
been-
the game is not the time. To put
should
that
have been
tweet.
tweeted later on.
Yes, because everybody talked about all that stuff after.
And if you're going to sit here and tell me that that did not go through your head that, oh God, how are they going to make this game up? You're lying.
because a lot of people
everybody
Obviously,
thought
yeah, that ran
he
through
was
my
not
head.
The only one that tweeted that stuff either.
Reread that tweet. He was just stating facts, and then at the end it goes, but right now this all seems irrelevant.
Yes, and
I think it was more so that he was getting backlash so quick because of the. Okay, there's
Because
the
people-
thing is no.
Because people want to hate on Skip Bayless. Pure
Many
blank,
reasons to.
end of story. Now, do I sit here and say that he doesn't deserve some of that backlash a lot of the time?
He didn't say
Absolutely.
anything in that first tweet, anything regarding of hoping that Damar was okay. He's just like, no, you can't cancel the game. Like, it's football. We still got to play. Give him like 30 minutes.
no, actually,
That's basically
that
along the
was
lines of what he was saying.
His third tweet.
That was
He had
his
put out-
third tweet.
He had two other tweets that were basically saying, "I've never seen anything like this happen. I hope he's okay. I pray for him." Like he had two other tweets that were explaining it, but you don't see that because obviously there's a lot of news out.
That was after the first one, though. The first one was about
No.
just keep playing football.
No, the first one was him saying, "We don't know what's happening right now. We saw him get hit and he got hurt, and I hope that he's okay." And then he led that up with, most guys in the NFL would think like the idea would be like, "Oh, you just keep on playing," but this is not this is a new situation that we're in entirely. And then he tweeted out the whole thing on like, how can you cancel this game, which is going to be so important to now the playoffs? But then, like I said, he ended it with, "It's entirely irrelevant." And like that,
I
was the
saw
thing.
that tweet. I thought that was the
Right,
last
no,
one
and
after.
that's the thing, and like because every news outlet's going to lead with that. Every news outlet's going to lead with that
Right.
tweet because that's the one that got all the reaction from everybody because it was so poorly timed. Otherwise, if you look at his first two tweets, he's actually talking about the incident itself in, a fairly caring way. I wouldn't say he was like, "Oh, my heart, my love, and my prayers go out to him."
But that's
He
not
described-
Skip
right,
Bayless.
That's not who he
Yeah.
is.
Well, of course not.
So and that's the media
I must have-
itself jumping on that.
I must have saw. because I went on his Twitter page to see the order. I
I'm-
must have saw it in the wrong order.
I'm never gonna.
But I don't know.
Like,
I'm never
because
gonna
most
sit
like
here and
tweets.
defend a guy that I, for the most part, disagree with a lot of times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But on this case, people jumped on him too quickly and overreacted to a tweet that, yes, absolutely horrible timing for the tweet.
Absolutely.
Right.
But in the grand scheme of things, he did say all of this is irrelevant.
I did see that, but
It's
to me,
just a
how
lot
it
of
looked
people-
when I looked on his Twitter was that that was
and
the
don't get
last
me wrong.
one.
When I first read it, I was like, and then I
Yeah.
reread it.
That's why you
and
have-
then reread
Okay.
it again.
That's why, as we say here on this show, on X-Bomb Sports, wherever we are, please think before you speak, you tweet, you live stream, whatever it is, because you will probably say the wrong thing if you don't think about it. It happens all the time. Or you will say, like, maybe you look at that and go, maybe this is not the right time to tweet this out. Maybe I should think about that.
Everyone sees everything. Everyone hears
Exactly.
everything.
But that's
You
the
got to
thing,
be
the media
careful.
Picked up on that immediately. They put it all over the place, and they're like, "Look at what Skip Bayless had to say, and look at the reaction of all the players that were." Because everyone's like, "Yo, you need to get fired. You need to get like all this and stuff."
Too far.
It's
Yeah.
It's just it's poorly timed. I had no problem with what he said.
Now, granted, he's probably going to have to step away.
Yeah, well, he went out there publicly apologized.
He
And I
did.
think he did the right thing to do that.
But then once again, when you don't have your own co-host there to go, I disagree with the tweet.
right,
You said the wrong thing at the time. This is bigger than football,
yeah,
but I still have your back.
right.
We can disagree, but I have your back as my co-host.
Yeah, but then he went off on.
Shannon was an a-hole.
But I can see where Shannon was coming from.
No. Shannon didn't let. First off, Skip didn't let Shannon finish his statement, which he should have.
Exactly.
But Shannon wasn't going to let Skip get a word in edgewise. Yeah. Shannon came there to fight.
That's what they always do. That's what the two of them do, though.
Well, I mean, and that's their dynamic, but at the same time,
that got personal. Yeah, no, that got personal.
Personal for
Shannon Sharp because he was a player, and I'm not saying that's just cause, but when you're a former player, it's very easy for a lot of those.
It's guys. A brotherhood.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's a very tight knit brotherhood.
Yeah. And because like I watched TJ Hushmanzada, Plexico Burris, and LeVar Arrington. They do their podcast together for FS1, and they were very kind of like, what does this do for football and stuff? And they're like, I mean,
if you don't think that there's
out there like as a warrior, and I would play through it, and I was so surprised that and like Plexico got so mad, like there were some coaches that would have definitely played that game. Like, you don't know that. Like, you don't know. If Belichick was out there, he probably would have maybe done the same thing. We don't know that.
And kudos to Zach Taylor.
Yes.
Who, and we're going to talk about Roger Goodell in NFL here in a minute. Trust me. Went over to Sean McDermott and said, I'm not playing this game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What do you want to do? And he said, I got to be with my guy right now.
Yeah.
He's like, I can't do this right now. I can't coach a football game. Totally understand.
I thought that was great. It just showed his support. And then knew that it was life over football.
This is why football is not just a barbaric sport.
Right.
Can we talk about that opening kickoff Sunday?
Dude, I got goosebumps.
I got choked up. I got misty-eyed. I'm not going to lie.
I couldn't believe that was.
I just have one tiny thing about that. And this is early, You're Killing Me Smalls. Tony Romo, shut up. Let the moment breathe. Because as soon as Jim Nantz is calling the game, as soon as he says, like, you could not have, like, he's giving this whole grandioso thing, Tony Romo's got to rush in with his little say-so. Shut up and let the moment be, dude. Like, just let it be. Sorry, I just had to get that out there. He jumped so quick.
I will agree.
I agree with that.
In the moment, a little bit, yeah.
Because
here's the even bigger magical thing, and I don't know if you heard this in the post game or not.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know?
Oh,
this gives me chills even thinking about it.
I know what you're talking about.
3 years and 3 months since they had a kick return for a touchdown.
Yeah, Josh Allen said it in the post game, and that choked him up. That made me teary-eyed seeing him.
That was crazy.
And then let alone he did it again.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear? Oh, I don't know if you guys heard about this, but after that first kick return touchdown, one of the nurses said that was taking care of Damar was that he set off every alarm going on in his thing because he was jumping up and down. He was out of his bed.
Yeah, the ICU went nuts because he was freaking out.
Yeah. You saw it on Twitter. He tweeted out OMFG.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I was like, that's that.
But the thing that blew my mind was 3 years and 3 months.
And for the kid to wake up.
Yeah.
And the first question out of his mouth.
Did we win? Yeah. Wow.
And I love the doctor's response. You won, man. You won life.
You won the game of life.
You won the game of life. That is. And that's the thing is that this moment is so much more than football. Nothing matters on this.
Kudos to the organization.
Yes.
They gave the proper respect to the first responders, the proper respect to the training staff for the Buffalo
Bills.
Shout out
to that trainer, man, too.
Yeah.
I mean.
That was.
And not only that, but shout out to all the fans, too. Like, holy cow. The dude had a GoFundMe page. Chasen M's Foundation. The link is in the page right now for X-Bomb Sports. You can go to it. You can go donate. We've donated $200 to the foundation. It is now over $8 million.
Yeah.
It was set as a goal for like
cow.
I think it was set as a goal.
2,500.
Yeah.
2,500.
And it wasn't even at the goal, and it just shot through the roof.
Fired. We were talking about the
celebrities.
Fans.
I know there was a couple professional wrestlers.
Yeah.
Andy
Chris
Dalton.
Jericho, I know personally donated $10,000.
Yeah. Well, it was cool. Andy Dalton, the Bills a while ago donated to his foundation, so obviously he remembered.
Yeah.
He donated like $4 or $5 grand.
Yeah, and Tom Brady put together like $15,000 to put to him. Mm-hmm. I mean, everybody, the outpour of support on this one.
When you mentioned about the fans, I thought it was great was Bengals and Bills fans just standing outside of the hospital like all together.
So much
I will
respect.
give Cincinnati a lot of credit.
Yes.
Because that town has not had a very good.
Hey, this is the new
Rep.
Bengals team, man. There's a new fandom.
No, there's a new
and
rep.
I'm talking
Yeah.
about the fans.
Right,
That,
yeah.
that fan
Right.
base does not have the best of reputation.
They've been rowdy
Mm-hmm.
before. But they live in
kudos.
Cincinnati,
was-
not Cleveland. So
That was just
Kudos.
pure class, and that
Nice
was
Sam Weiss
fantastic.
reference,
Thank you.
baby.
thank you. But no, I think this is I hope that we hold this story not for the tragedy, but for the beauty that came out of this. Right, the fact that this is a young man who is alive. He seems to be doing well. He's back in Buffalo, which is great with family. And the Bills have said, "Hey, we're going to pay his whole salary,"
It brought,
which is great.
I think
too.
it also brought just humanity together.
Yes.
To just kind of really like step aside from football and just
No
realize
arguing,
that this
no
was
nothing.
No.
Everybody's just joyful for the fact that a human being is okay. And then 5 days later, everybody's yelling and arguing about some other stuff. But nevertheless,
Let's be real. The NFL will probably have thicker pads on the front come next year.
They probably will. Oh,
there
yeah.
is a specific chest guard you can get to help with this kind of
Impact.
which again, this is nothing about. And
One in God knows how many million shot this was. He had to get hit in the right place at the right time,
yes,
at the right heartbeat.
it was a just freak accident. It has nothing to do with anything else. Nothing, nada. I got so many emails, and I don't want to hear it anymore. Kid's life, he's doing fine. It was a freak accident. Enough.
I'm intrigued. We'll talk about
Oh,
it.
yeah, I can do it. You're killing me, Smalls, on that all day.
Okay. We'll talk
Because
about
it was all over the internet, especially with some politicians. Get over yourselves.
Oh, cool. I want to hear about this.
This is
'cause
gonna be fun.
I
This is gonna be
haven't-
interesting.
I haven't really heard about this.
I haven't either.
That being said, I have a feeling that when it goes to the neutral site for the NFC Championship, because I do believe it's going to be the Bills and the Chiefs.
AFC.
Or AFC, sorry.
No, you're okay.
Someone will probably be leading the Bills out onto the field that game.
That will make the whole country cry.
I'll tell you this. Remember when the Penn State player got paralyzed?
Yes.
I can't remember his
Shazier?
name.
Yeah.
No.
No, not
Oh.
Shazier.
Oh, never mind.
Telefor. I'm going to
Yeah, I know.
screw this up, and I'm sorry, dude. But a year after that, he walked out led the team out of the tunnel. Not gracefully because he was learning how to re-walk,
Right.
but led the team out onto the field versus the University of Miami. I bawled my eyes out.
Telefaro.
There
Yeah,
you go.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
can't remember his first name, but I remember Telefaro. Yeah, he and that was a great moment too. I mean, that I remember they showed that and him going out on the field leading the charge, and that was huge.
So I could see Buffalo doing something like that.
Well, unfortunately, I love you, Buffalo, and I love what we've done. You're not beating you're not beating the Bengals. You're not beating the Bengals. Look, and I'm being honest here. Like, I don't want to take it off of this moment. I'm just saying, like, Buffalo's been struggling a little bit with their offense here and there, and Cincinnati was able to get that quick touchdown on you. I'm just saying. So
We'll see.
we'll
see.
I'm all for the magical moment.
Different
Do not get
team,
me wrong.
different
Do
team
not get
now.
me wrong.
We'll see.
But this Bengals team is cruising. That's all I'm saying.
All right, so let's move on to fired head coaches. Yay!
This is some
And
of my favorite stuff.
let us pontificate and speculate on who will be getting these jobs.
If anybody out there can spell that in the right way in 10 seconds right now, I'll give you $10.
Put it on our Twitch stream.
How about this? I'll make it even better. If you guys can hit us up and say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious backwards, I'll give you 100.
There you go.
Backwards.
I can do it.
No, you can't.
Docious expialidisticfragilisticexpialidopus.
How do I know you're right, though?
Check that. Make sure that's right. Check that.
Have
I
you
want
watched
to fact
Mary-
check.
have you watched Mary
fact check
Poppins?
that. I want to fact check that.
Am I right? Oh,
I mean, I've seen the movie, but
that one I give to my dad. My dad taught me how to say it backwards. It's Dostos expialisticphagicalarupus.
See, I think he's making some crap up right now.
I swear on all that is good in the world.
That sounds like
We need to verify
It's
this.
one of those few weird
that sounds
These weird talents that you have.
That
I
sounds
can
like
say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious backwards.
I don't know if you guys have seen the video of the
I
guy
can't even
who's
say
like
it
from
straight.
the guy. There's a guy from like Sweden, I think, or Finland, who's naming a town, and it's like or something like that. Like it's a really long. It's like one of the towns with the longest name in the history, and it's just that's exactly what it sounded
No,
like.
you know what went through my
Either
head?
that, or you just sounded like every other dude that's selling lemons in Puerto Rico right now. That I was.
You know
just
what through my head?
listening
Have you seen the video?
to. Yelling out fruits like a crazy man.
There's a guy that goes on I don't know what like a talent show, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm the world's fastest reader." And he's just flipping a book. He's like,
Yeah, he's like reading the words
and
really fast.
the judges are like, "What the hell was that?"
Can't register what he's saying, so I don't
He's
know.
just flipping a book. He's like,
He's like saying all the words really fast.
So
and
you know what you
flipping
do?
the
You
pages.
hit stop, rewind, and then you mumbles him.
all I'm gonna hear is,
Big boy did it. Big boy did it. Big boy did it. You like that Dick Tracy reference? Yeah, baby.
A lot of old
Mumbles.
school references going on. here
Dennis
today.
Hoffman, God bless you. But that being said,
fired head coaches.
let us pontificate and speculate.
Mm-hmm.
These words.
It did come out from Green Bay today that Matt LaFleur would welcome Nathaniel Hackett back to the Green Bay Packers.
Sure, he needs a job.
He's gone.
But that leads us to Denver pushing all their chips in and going Sean Payton or Harbaugh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They've called both of them. They've already.
They both had an interview.
They're both scheduled for interviews.
Okay,
I think.
both scheduled.
Well, I think Sean Payton's They put in the request for permission to interview Sean Payton.
But the thing
so
is,
much red tape.
what is Denver gonna be able to give to him? Because they don't have a first round pick this year.
They do. They have
By
the
who?
Dolphins' first round pick.
Yeah.
Oh,
The Dolphins don't have any more first round picks because they lost one because they wanted to
With
talk to Sean
Bradley
Payton and Tom Brady.
Chubb, That's right.
Yeah.
I
So
forgot about that.
Sean Payton will cost the Dolphins 2 first round picks
Oh,
by
jeez.
technicality. Which, I mean, look, if that's what you're asking for Sean Payton, I'm a little shocked by that because I think he would be worth a lot more.
I would.
Because if we're saying John Gruden was worth 2 firsts and 2 seconds back in 2000, I would think that Sean Payton would be worth like 2 firsts and like
And that's
3 seconds or
And
something
that's
like
a
that.
racist John Gruden.
Well,
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Those emails came from the Washington Commanders. So
Allegedly.
not you know how Washington is. Good old Daniel Snyder.
Oh, I can't wait for that team to be sold. And I don't say this
Give you a
very
dollar.
often. Hey, Kevin Durant, you've got the next 2 months off. Buy the Commanders.
with
True, he's
Jay-Z.
from Washington. He is from D.C.
He's one of the parties that's interested.
Dave Chappelle, Kevin Durant,
Jay-Z, ain't he?
Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Oh God, I would love to see that owner's box.
Wait,
I don't
wait.
actually know if Chappelle is like a Washington fan.
we
I know
wait?
he's from Washington.
That'd be
though.
great.
Are we gonna have to expect Kanye West put his ballot in?
Oh God. Not
Does
unless
this mean I'm on the Senate now?
The Washington Yees.
I'm president of something.
Washington Yeezys.
Washington Yees.
Y'all gotta wear Yeezys on your foot from now on. You even make clean?
Our mascot's Yeezus.
That was good.
Holy cow!
I do have
Wow. Sorry.
I do have a question. If you were the Denver Broncos, if you were the Denver Broncos, and you had the option between Sean Payton and Jim Harbaugh, who would you go with?
Sean Payton.
I would pick Sean Payton.
I would pick Harbaugh.
Really?
I say Sean Payton because I think he and Russell Wilson could somehow light the fire.
I think
get it
Harbaugh
back.
could do that too. But and then Harbaugh with his system is gonna take the pressure off of Russ and create
That's
a
true.
running game.
But do you
That's
think with
true.
Harbaugh being in college, coaching college football for however many years, do you think that's
Harbaugh
gonna?
hasn't changed the way he coaches
Yeah, but it's a little bit
Since he
different
was-
with college players and
No.
Well, you got-
a little
I mean,
bit.
Do you forget where he was before?
I know he was in the pros, but I'm saying that he's been in college lately. So
Well,
I mean, it's
but
it's been a while since he's been in the
Tyler,
NFL.
He did coach in college before.
Why not?
He was the Stanford coach with Andrew Luck.
He was with
Yeah, that's
Stanford.
Then he
true.
and
became the 49ers coach.
49ers. Then he went back
So,
to his
which,
alma
by the way,
mater.
I don't know.
he could have been to 3 Super Bowls when you really look at it. Like, he did lose to the Seattle Seahawks, who won the Super Bowl. He did lose to the Ravens in the Super Bowl. And then
Blackout game.
he lost to the Giants, who ended up winning the Super Bowl. So he played against all the Super Bowl winning teams and lost to them at some point in the playoffs.
No, I totally agree with you on that.
He's been successful. I just don't think that Russell Wilson, I think, needs a guy that's going to be a veteran coach who's had long-term success in the NFL, right? Jim Harbaugh, yes, he's had success. He probably would have had a lot more success. He just couldn't stop fighting with the owner and the GM.
I've got a feeling Harbaugh's going to want a lot of control, though.
Yeah, and that's exactly
Then
it.
that's
Is I
gonna be the
think he's
problem.
going to want to go to a team where he can have everything in place. Like right now in Arizona, right? Steve Keim has stepped away as the general manager. They just fired Cliff Kingsbury, thank God. Who's the only guy that might be able to rally
He's
it?
going to be the next OC at USC,
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Prairie Valley State.
Yeah, sure.
He's
You
gonna-
get Liberty.
He's going to go coach with Nagy at some university.
It's something universal in the XFL.
We've got this University of Phoenix.
You're welcome.
And you know what Cliff Kingsbury does?
What?
He drafts Baker Mayfield first
God.
overall. Ooh.
Hey, at least Nagy can get back to calling plays again.
Nagy will be his offensive coordinator.
They'll do the ring around the posy thing again.
But
that they
anyway,
did.
Around the post.
My whole thing right now is I need one domino to drop, and I think it's going to after the first round of the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Once the Chargers lose in the first round, because it will happen, because
Yeah.
Staley will make some kind of stupid decision to
very
cost the
possible.
Chargers the game,
hmm
he's getting fired.
I think he's on.
He's on
If
a
he
hot
does not
seat.
get out
on
of the
his
first
last
round,
leg.
if he does not get out of the first round of the playoffs, he's gone.
Wow, that line's even right now, by the way.
Yeah.
Just saying.
And if that happens, oh, you best believe the Chargers are getting a hold of the New Orleans Saints.
Oh no, absolutely,
Ooh, that'd be a great pickup for them.
absolutely.
And that'd be a place Sean Payton be like, yes, please.
Oh, yeah, he's got Herbert.
I mean, you're in Los Angeles. You've got Justin Herbert. You've got 2 elite wide receivers. I mean,
And let me put it to
well,
you
not
this
elite,
way.
but good wide receivers.
The
I
only
would say.
way that the Las Vegas Raiders keep Derek Carr is if Josh McDaniels gets fired and they hire Sean Payton.
And they're not going to fire him.
No, they won't.
They're
Unfortunately.
not gonna. They're gonna give him at least 1 more year before they can him if they do.
I'm just saying.
So I mean, and listen, Brandon Staley. I've been on the boat to say that I don't think he's the right guy for that team. I think they need an offensive-minded guy. Sean Payton would be the perfect answer to that. But Tallarico, who's right now the GM of that organization, he likes Brandon Staley a lot, and that's the problem.
That's because it's his boy.
Exactly, and
his
that's the
first
guy
hire.
he's tied to. So that's where he's gonna say,
Is he even on the
I'm gonna
hot
lock
seat?
him in.
You've done everything else right except for your head coach.
Is he even on the hot seat? I haven't heard his name floating around about
Some
possibly
people have put him there.
putting it out there.
I put him on there.
Some people put him
I
on
can
there.
see that. I
He
mean,
has to make, I would say, the AFC Championship for them not to fire him.
He has to win at
that's-
least the playoff game, I would
Yeah.
say. At least win
All
the
right.
first round of the playoff, because I think the Chargers even know they're still not
So
there
do you
yet.
think Arizona goes after Harbaugh then?
I think so.
Really?
If you're saying he wants control, then Steve Keim being out as the GM right now, Kingsbury's out. They still have DeAndre Hopkins. Kyler Murray obviously is a little bit of a head case, but
But what's
Harbaugh
it-
might be the only guy that can rally him, because I don't think if Sean Payton went to Arizona, I don't think Sean Payton could really work with Kyler
you
Murray. There'd be
think-
too much fighting.
Kyler Murray then becomes a Colin Kaepernick-esque quarterback under Jim Harbaugh.
It's possible.
it is possible.
It's very possible. No, I mean, keep in mind too,
Different sizes, but I mean,
not only that, but
Not
I mean,
true.
the skill set I think is a little bit different, because Kyler Murray's a way better passer than Kaepernick ever was, I think. In terms of arm strength and accuracy, I think he's a way better passer.
I'd agree with that.
And I would say he's even, I think, a bit faster too.
I was
So,
going to say, I think he's a lot faster.
Colin was very tall. He was very smart about plotting and where he could run and everything. I don't know if Kyler Murray, I would say this, I think Colin was a much better teammate. Kyler Murray is certainly loving himself some Kyler, which scares me that, oh my God, it's Cam Newton in a smaller form. So, I don't think that's wrong to say.
The problem for Kyler is he has too many damn options.
Yeah.
Because if football doesn't work out,
Let's go play baseball.
baseball will come a-calling.
Absolutely.
I
Oh, yeah.
guarantee you.
And probably whenever he feels like he's done with his career, he'll say, let's try baseball.
Yeah.
Let's try baseball. I'm 32, 33.
Legit, only 5-tool baseball player to be playing quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah. The only guy to ever get
Yeah.
drafted in the first round in the MLB and the NFL in the top 10, mind you.
That's
doesn't
wild.
happen.
No, you don't see that.
Yeah.
Right, so we have right now is the only other one is the Houston Texans.
I don't want that job.
Who was?
I'm just saying, if they ask me to be the head coach, I don't want that job.
They're actually one of their lead candidates is actually the OC from Detroit.
Yes, I did hear that. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
He's high on a lot of people's lists.
Yes.
I mean,
That
Detroit
offense
had
was
a.
potent.
It was I mean, the jump that the offense made from last year to this year was huge. I mean, Detroit was only like a defense away from being like a top team in the NFC, in my opinion.
They're a player away on the defense.
They need one guy. That would be an interesting.
They need
pick.
like a corner and a safety.
So now with Lovie Smith, a lot of Bears fans are talking to bring him back as a DC.
Why? Your DC is
No.
awesome.
I know. I mean,
No.
Here's
Alan Williams has done a great job. You don't need Lovie Smith.
Do you
back.
want to know what's going to happen?
what's that?
I'm going to call this right now. Lovie Smith might end up as the defensive coordinator for the University of Texas.
Maybe.
Interesting. Did you hear something about that, or is that just you're throwing it out there?
He's a Texas boy.
That's
and
true.
Yeah.
Wow, that would be different. Ooh, that'd be interesting.
And
He's beloved in Austin.
I'm telling you,
He doesn't have to move. A little bit.
he enjoyed molding young men. He loved being in Illinois.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he did. Yeah. And he didn't have a bad time
They
in Illinois.
screwed him
Yeah, they kind of did.
for a 450-pound fat white guy who just likes running the ball. I'm sorry.
Well,
I do not like Brett Bielema.
in all efforts too, he didn't really do a tremendously great job recruiting. Just being honest, he didn't really grab the big star recruits. But then again, if he would have had this opportunity in the transfer portal with NIL deals and stuff, would this be a different story? Maybe.
Transfer portal changed everything.
Yeah,
really.
exactly.
So quarterbacks is going to be an interesting carousel once again.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Brady retiring
Should.
or watch your mouth. I've kind of joked around about this, but Andrew,
Mm-hmm.
could Tom Brady be LeBroning right now?
Oh.
You want to explain yourself?
I think.
Please, for the people, explain.
Just say
He
it.
did the bare minimum to make the playoffs, and now he's just going to flip that switch, and it's going to be on.
I don't think so.
I still don't think so.
I don't think that. Here's the thing.
Would
It's not.
you put it past him to do that, though?
He could, but I mean,
I don't think that. I don't think Tampa has enough.
that's not.
What do you mean they don't have enough?
They're not. They're not what they were when they won the Super Bowl.
Listen.
Their defense is still rock star.
It's a solid defense, yeah.
What have they lost on offense? A running attack.
They lost the running
Is
attack,
Godwin's-
which puts a lot of pressure on Brady.
Is Godwin still out?
Godwin's been showing up and showing out.
Yeah, because Mike
like I
Evans
barely
has
heard
been
of him.
dropping the ball way too much.
That's
except
the
for
thing.
one
Mike
game.
Evans hasn't been doing diddly squat lately.
Yeah.
Once again, playoffs.
I don't know.
They're
honestly,
going to beat Dallas this weekend.
I still don't know about
I
that.
will call my shot live on air.
I still.
Okay, but
I
if they beat
still don't know
Dallas,
that.
it's Dallas, and they always lose. Like, that's not that
Great
impressive.
question. Mike McCarthy, he loses first round.
He's not losing his job.
You don't think?
They had too
No.
good a season for him to lose his job. I know Jerry Jones is a crazy man, but he's not
He
going.
loves himself some Sean Payton.
Yes, sure, but unless the giant offer comes through, like an offer that he thinks is ridiculous, he's not going to do that. And Mike McCarthy is one of those guys that he can control and he can have a say-so in how things should be shaped. Sean Payton's going to want a lot of insight into what he wants to do and what he wants to say. Also, why would you go to Dallas? Nothing gets better in Dallas.
I can't see Sean Payton going to Dallas.
I know that's where
doesn't
he's
seem
from.
like
I know
any
that's where he
interest.
built his bones, but I don't think it would work. I don't think that Dak Prescott would be able to last long enough. Injuries are killing him. Ezekiel Elliott's already getting shoved out the door because Tony Pollard's a better running back. And CeeDee Lamb's the only receiver they have out there because Michael Gallup can't run a route, can't catch a pass.
Yeah, who was the idiot that told me that they wanted the Bears, to go out and trade for Michael Gallup?
I don't know, but
I
he
don't
paid
know.
him $60
like,
million, which is insane.
I thought one of us said CD and you said
Just
no.
on a little bit of breaking news, the Texans have now joined the Panthers in asking for permission to talk to Giants offensive coordinator Mike Kafka.
I figured.
Okay.
They did a great. Are you kidding me? They did a great job this year. And
that was
Brian
a hell
Dable
of a
deserves
turnaround.
quote coach of the year.
He's not going to get it.
He's not going to get it, but he should because that was
There's no
very impressive.
There's no coach that has done more with less this year.
Yeah. Which you could see the impact that had because the Bills this year, their offense has been up and down and up and like they've won games, but they didn't really win them in very satisfying fashion like they did
Well, not
last
compared.
year.
Yeah, not compared to last year for sure.
No,
but
and
I mean, they're still.
But you could see the difference between Dorsey, which credit to him, he's doing the best with what he can, but
I never trust a U of M guy.
he's a former University of Miami quarterback that won championship in 2001. Just saying.
Didn't he
And
win like 27 straight games with him as quarterback?
Good Lord.
Yeah, he was supposed to be
Good
something special.
yeah, but it never happened. But he's a smart guy. Don't get me wrong, but I think he's
He was
more of a
thrown to convicts.
that's a little rude. It's not untrue, but I mean, you know.
I do remember a certain.
Hey,
tight
compared
end.
to the University of Florida team who had how many arrests in 2005 and 6?
I have no idea what you're speaking of, sir.
Exactly. Right, Urban?
They had touchdown Jesus,
Yeah.
the real touchdown Jesus.
Yeah, which, by the way, I stand by
Jesus.
my statement for everybody that emailed me about I was crazy on Twitter. Yes, I do believe Stetson Bennett's a better quarterback than Tim Tebow. Come at me, bro.
But Tim Tebow will always go down as the greatest collegiate football player of all time.
Sure.
Yeah,
Football player, not quarterback.
he was a
Not
quarterback.
quarterback.
He got elected to the Hall of Fame. Well deserved.
Yeah.
Well deserved.
Oh, yeah.
Fullback playing quarterback, really good, buddy.
I can't even.
I'm going to bring it on, Florida fans. Come on, let's go. Can't wait to see you with Graham Mertz as your starting quarterback. You say I'm wrong. I definitely feel like that's going to happen. I don't think it should happen, but you know it's going to happen. Tell me it's not going to happen. You know it's going to happen.
No, here's the bad part. We do have Florida fans that watch our show.
Yes, we do.
Here's the worst part. Who's my uncle a fan of?
Yeah, I know.
I don't want to have to live through that.
You're gonna hear it now.
I don't want to have to live through
We're at
that.
Graham Mertz's house now.
Here's your Mertz jersey.
It's bad
Here you go,
enough that
nephew.
I had to live through the Anthony Richardson after he pulls off all that stuff that game one, and he's like, "Ooh, we got ourselves a quarterback," and then it just goes from there on. But anyway,
Sorry, I didn't mean to derail.
no, because we're still talking about quarterbacks.
Yeah, of course.
So let's go. I've got a scenario for you.
Let's hear it.
Stafford's wife says he's coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Stafford has not yet said he's coming back.
Yes.
If I'm Baker Mayfield, I sign a Jimmy G incentive-based contract with the LA Rams.
Yeah.
And hope and pray to God that Sean McVay decides to come back.
I would say either sign with the Rams as the backup, and we'll see what happens with Sean McVay because that's a giant question mark right now. The guy's
He's
35 years old, and he's got
he's-
offers.
He's given
Yeah.
all of his assistants permission to go look for other jobs.
Yeah, and that's kind of like, and he's got an offer standing on the table to do TV, do a television show.
Because he's undecided, he doesn't think it's
Yeah.
fair for them to be in limbo while he's in
Yeah,
limbo.
if you want to go find a job,
I mean, I was just saying that's going to really screw him if he does decide, I'm going to stay.
He's got Cliff Kingsbury just waiting to be his OC.
Yeah, well, Liam
You
Cohen,
think I'm joking? I'm not.
He probably would.
Well,
He probably
here's the
would.
thing. Liam Cohen, his offensive coordinator, has already gone back to Kentucky, where he originally came from, to be the OC there. So they need an OC now. So Cliff Kingsbury could be the guy that maybe they go, look, it didn't work out for you as a head coach. Come over here, be my quarterback's coach, my offensive coordinator. You work with Baker. Sorry, I got to do it. You work with Baker and you work with the offense, and we'll get this thing going down pat.
Here's the even better scenario that I've got for you.
Okay.
Not only do they sign Baker to a minimum, they trade for Zach Wilson.
Oh, yeah, you said this earlier. I mean, how do you say his last name? Salah?
Salah.
Salah. He did say at the end of the game that they're going to get the quarterback position.
Yeah, they will.
Right.
And I'll
so
tell you,
I think that was a complete dig that, like, we're not keeping Wilson.
And
He's
I'll tell
clearly
you,
not the guy.
I'll tell you how the Jets solved that quarterback problem. You want to know? Because he worked with the guy in San Francisco, and his name is Jimmy Garoppolo.
Oh my
and
God,
you keep
that's
Zach
right.
Wilson on the roster, and you say, you either beat out Jimmy Garoppolo or adios amigo. You have two options.
I guarantee you Zach Wilson
Win the
will
job.
be an LA Ram by the end of next year.
And
Tell me I'm wrong.
No, am I wrong to say that Jimmy Garoppolo to the Jets would not be a solid move?
Oh, yeah.
Considering that they just barely won games.
That
with
made-
It's
a
Joe
basic
Flacco
offense.
2.0.
Zach Wilson with I'm going to put that guy through hell.
Yes. Listen, he doesn't
Hey, we're
have a
signing
great
Jimmy G.
He doesn't have a great
I'm
arm,
telling
but does
you.
he need to have one? You
Listen,
have Jimmy G go to
if
the
I
Jets.
was Mike effing White, I'd be like, yo, what about me?
I'd say keep
I
Mike
think
White.
he'd be great as
My
a
ribs
backup.
would be fine by then.
I think he'd be great as a backup, but I would take Jimmy Garoppolo in New York as the Jets quarterback. I would have Zach Wilson either fight him for that starting job, and if he doesn't win it, trade him out.
You're saying give him one more
I'm
year.
telling you that.
Give him the one more
You're telling
chance.
me Sean McVay wouldn't be licking his lips with that kind of arm talent?
I don't think so.
I think he'd like it. I mean,
The Rams have a lot of things they have to look over right now because their team, unfortunately, is starting to age out, and they don't have the draft picks to be able to fill those needs.
Do you think Aaron Darnold retires?
I think he's got 3 more years to go. I think he's not. I don't think he's going to play till he's 40 years old. I think he's going to play till he's like 33, 34. Because what else does he have to do, right? You've won Defensive Player of the Year, unless he's trying to go for MVP. And look, no disrespect to Aaron Donald, he's a great player, but his MVP chances are now well behind him. And there's other guys, unfortunately.
and it's a lot harder to get MVP if you're not a quarterback.
Exactly. And I know there's a lot of people that complain about that stuff, but look, they're the most important position on the field.
Exactly.
You can't really take that away
It's
from
just
them.
hard to be a non-quarterback player, and
you have to have an amazing season, like break the sack record and have 90 tackles if you're going to be that MVP.
We did regrettably forget to talk about one thing when we were talking about the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah.
J.J. Watt, you a fucking stud.
Yeah, man.
Congratulations. That
Absolutely.
For all
Good
those-
job, my friend.
For all those people that didn't see you in your heyday, that guy ruined lives.
He was something special
was
to
the
watch.
best.
He was
Defensive end, one of the best players for a good 7 years there. I mean, in the prime of his career.
You know what
He
blew my
was-
mind? I had no idea that was the first time he's ever played in Levi Stadium.
Yeah.
In his last game. I had no idea about that.
And he gets 2 sacks.
And kudos to the San Francisco 49ers fans.
yeah.
That was very, very, very nice to see that you put aside all the BS.
Yeah.
They gave him his moment to walk off the field.
That was
and the
great.
49ers fans gave him a standing ovation.
When was the last time one of the last times you're going to see greatness out of it, like J.J. Watt?
Yeah.
He's
The thing is, though, there's still 2 other Watts out there.
I got a feeling he's going to end up being a coach.
Oh,
Really?
I would not put it past him. He's
I
either
could-
he's going to be
ooh.
Or an analyst.
yes. Oh my God, he'd be perfect for TV.
Well, he's already
He'd
been
be
doing. He's already got like a couple of his own shows.
Yeah.
They're not. I mean, they're like.
Well, he was part of the league. For those that don't know, he was on that show, The League,
And
on
what's-
fantasy football. And,
What's that one where it was almost like American Ninja Warrior, but it was something different.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I forgot what something.
By
I
the
don't
way,
know.
Why don't you and your brothers have a podcast called What's Up? What's wrong with you guys? I've had that for some reason. Yesterday,
I'm blinking.
I'm blinking.
The camera doesn't like you.
I said,
So what are you saying?
yeah. Tyler, what did you do?
I broke it.
No, I'm just saying. I've had that in my thought. Like, I'm not joking. I was like walking on the street while I was away on vacation. Me and my friend, we were walking away, and I was just walking down the street. I just blurred out, "What's up?" And she goes, "What?" And I go, "It's a podcast for JJ Watt, TJ Watt, and Derek, the brothers." And she's like, "What's wrong with you? You just blurt that out." I'm like, I had to get it out in the world. Like, I had to say it. So, like, I remember it. So I just wanted to point that out. Like, I think you guys should do a podcast called What's Up. We will produce it for you. TV, audio stuff. You got the best in the business right here. We even got another dude here, TJ. We've got other guys as well.
We got another TJ.
Just all we ask, we pay you to help us
TJ
get our
Jr.
thing going. You know, be an investor in our stuff. We are Below the Whistle, X-Bomb Sports, soon to be Tripod Media. We will hit you up with the link if you want.
What?
I just love the subtle point.
Just throwing that out there. Tweet at JJ Watt, please.
So let's get to these playoff games really quick and go over who we like, why we like them.
Yep.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Let me start off.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So first game this Saturday: Seahawks and Niners. Niners are a 9.5-point favorite. Over under at 43. I gotta go Niners on this one. I mean, I love Geno Smith and playing his absolute ass off, breaking Russell Wilson's passing yard record. I mean, dude, that hell of a year. No one I was convinced Seattle was gonna be one of the worst teams in the league. Geno said a big screw you and threw the hell out of the ball, but this Niners defense is just so damn elite.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of weapons on this Niners offense. We got Debo, Kittle, McCaffrey,
Brock Purdy.
He's throwing the ball pretty purdy.
Best QBR rating in the last, 4 games?
5 games.
4 or 5, yeah.
Of any quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. He's Mr. Irrelevant. I mean, he's
The most relevant Mr. Irrelevant
the most
ever.
relevant irrelevant.
You're never going to find anybody like this.
I'm going to have to. I mean, this was a great run by Seattle, a great year. I mean, granted, they probably thought they were going to go in tank season, but I mean, dude, you got to.
Everybody thought they were tanking.
Dude, they for real. But Geno said, I ain't tanking.
Well, let's also realize, what does Pete Carroll love to base his offense off of? The run game. And they've got a legitimate stud now at running back.
Dude, he was
Kenneth
one of my
Walker
favorites.
the third.
Dude, he was one of my favorites going into that draft. And
Offensive Rookie of the Year.
You think?
I don't see anybody else that was better than him. I mean, maybe Olave, maybe Wilson.
Bailey Zappi.
We could all hope.
I don't think so.
No, he won't.
Hey, guess what? New England, you would have won that game in Buffalo if you'd played Bailey. You big.
Or if you had an offensive coordinator.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Or, you didn't hire inside the house.
So I'm going to have to go Niners on this one.
I'm going to agree with you, Niners. I'm on the Brock Purdy train. I love it. I think that offense is humming better than it was with Jimmy.
Yeah, it was a huge turnaround.
And I think it comes down to knowing the system. And from everything that I've heard come out of San Francisco, Purdy's there an hour before anybody else gets there and an hour after anybody. He's a
Work
film
machine.
junkie.
Yeah.
And that's what you want, dude. I mean, that's what you want to
In
see.
that system, you absolutely do, because it's a lot of timing.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
Because we got 2 explosive guys of Debo and McCaffrey. 3. Well, yeah, but I mean, meaning McCaffrey.
Don't forget about Kittle.
No. Let me finish.
No.
Debo and McCaffrey, they can do just about anything. Like run the ball, catch the ball.
So can Kittle.
I know, but they don't really run it with him. That's what
nobody
I'm
giving
saying.
any love to Ayuk. No love to Ayuk.
Oh, yeah, Ayuk. See,
Ayuk saved our season, so I don't want to hear it from you. He kept us in third, okay? Finished better than the fake football guys.
hey, I wasn't even a part of that. I finished third on my own.
Yeah.
I wasn't invited.
What about you, Andrew?
I'm taking the Niners, too. Better coached, I
yes, yeah.
think. Better defense, honestly. Purdy to me isn't really even like a big factor in this one. To me, I think it's going to be a lot of Christian McCaffrey and George Kittle because I think those two guys right now have been on a bit of a hot streak as of late, and I think they're in the process of kind of warming themselves up at the right time here in the playoffs. So I expect them. I'm going to say it's probably like a 9-point difference on this game for the Niners. What was the over-under again?
43.
43?
Flat. Under?
I know you're saying under. I think I would have to do the. And it's
Think about that Seattle offense. Run first.
But Geno can still come up with some big plays. That's the thing. He could come out.
Is he going to have time?
And that's a factor you have to take into effect. I think he can at least get 2 touchdowns out of this. I think Purdy probably can get himself 1. McCaffrey get himself a couple. So I'll go with the over. I think I'll go with the over on this.
I might do the under.
It's tough to say. Because listen, if Seattle's defense,
don't work. Only works with us.
Look.
Chris pumped me.
Look at how short my arm looks.
It's just,
We're having way too much fun with this.
this is too weird a wave, man. This is a weird wave.
All right, next game.
All right, Chargers and Jags. The line is even. Over under 47.5. This is a tough one, but I like the Jags in this one. Jags are home. Jags have the edge on them as like they've been on a hot streak. Trevor Lawrence is a whole new quarterback now. And
shocking what happens when
what a difference a year. Yeah, what a difference a year makes.
I know what a freaking change that was.
We're gonna run the ball. Nah, screw that. Throw the ball you want, Trevor. That's the way you do it, Peterson.
He doesn't get.
Who's that Aaron Donald guy that we're supposed to be blocking?
Jamal Adams.
Oh, we can't get lap dances from 20-year-olds? Okay.
I mean,
I'm not allowed to go to college bars.
I'm 73.
Urban, you're married.
Why do you
I
think
still got it.
Why do you think he went back to Fox college football on Fox?
Sponsored by the Blue Pill.
Blue Chew.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
What do you think, Andrew? I don't know.
I don't think he's in the playoffs.
I don't think Urban Meyer gets that freaky deaky.
With Deshaun?
Shrug. TJ's like,
you never know.
You don't know.
I'm really good friends with Deshaun Watson. Oh, really, Urban? How interesting.
What do you think?
I'm going to say the Chargers, and that's just based off the fact that their roster. Stop it. Their roster. The Chargers roster right now, I think, just across the board, I think is a little bit better quarterback, and not by much, but I would say better quarterback. They've got better chemistry amongst the receivers. They've been together for a while, right? So I think the Chargers, I'm only going to say though by like 4. Keep it close. You know, they're only going to win it by 4, I would say. And I think this could hit the over. I think this could, but like just over, like not going to go too higher than that.
What's the over under?
47.5.
Yeah. I think because Travis Etienne is now healthy. He's feeling good, he said. So, and Austin Eckler said he's healthy. Like these two teams are not too far apart from each other.
They're right
as
there.
far as talent. Yeah, they're not too. The only thing is Chargers defense is just a little bit better and more together.
Yeah,
my only worry is Bosa being banged up in the last game.
Yes.
And Mike Williams being banged up in the last game.
And you got to remember, Chargers, they have playoff experience. Jags don't. But
I cannot. The Jaguars.
Jaguars, whatever the heck you want to call them. Hey, you're going to love it when
I'm waiting for him to go. I'm waiting for him to go. You know, those Jagoffs. No.
The Chicago Jaguars. When they moved to Chicago.
I'm going to lean Jaguars just because I think, once again, it's going to come down to coaching for me, and I think Doug Peterson is a better
He's got the Super Bowl winning experience.
Exactly, yeah.
And Staley just likes to Staley all over himself, so.
He's stale?
Yeah.
E.
Next game.
All right, the Finns versus the Bills. So
can we just talk about one thing?
Dolphins.
I sincerely want to look into the camera right now and just say one thing. Tua, please retire. do yourself a favor and just retire. Because if you don't, you're going to end up a vegetable. And that is my fear.
It's too much, man. It's too much. 3 concussions.
He shouldn't have
3
played
years, 2 in
after
1
that.
year.
He shouldn't have played after that really scary concussion.
Here's the thing. That second one was bad enough that he's going to end up like Trent Green, where he's going to get tapped on the head. Just tapped and have a concussion.
Yeah.
It's sensitive.
Because
at this
now
point.
he's just like if you get caught on the jaw on the right place and get knocked out really good, you then have a glass jaw because now every time your body reacts a certain way. It's just one of those things. Yeah. He will never go another season without a concussion.
Another example of what we said. It's life over football, man.
Yeah.
It's life over football.
And you have a lot of life ahead of you.
You are articulate enough and smart enough, I believe, that you could either be a good OC or
a quarterback's coach,
or do play-by-play or color.
The unfortunate thing is that knowing where he comes from and knowing his background, he's going to try to tough it out. And that's the sad part about it, is that he's going to try to fight through this. And look, I'm not saying concussions have to be the end-all, be-all of it, but let's be honest. Steve Young had how many concussions? 5, 6 in his career. And eventually he said, you know what, after that last one, I just couldn't take it anymore.
Troy Aikman.
Troy Aikman's another one. You can't chance it. You have to be concerned, because those guys even still say, they're like, I don't know what's going to happen to me later in life, but I think I saved myself a lot of time potentially by saying enough is enough. I just hope it was enough.
So hard by LeVar Arrington that he goes no mas.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So the interesting part of this game, though, is the fact that these teams play each other very equally and very hard.
They do.
Yeah.
I'm still going to pick the Bills. And I think this is where Gabe Davis starts to outshine everyone else.
Good, because he didn't do it in the last few weeks of the season.
Yeah, he's been kind of quiet, but
Listen,
yeah, you really helped our team. Thanks a lot.
shut it. You're talking about a future Chicago Bear?
it's another
Maybe.
one we haven't even talked about.
Maybe.
2 years.
I like Buffalo in this as well. I mean, because if you look at the records, it shouldn't even be that close. But Dolphins and Bills just play each other. I think they split.
They did.
Did they play twice this season?
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah, duh. Okay. So,
I know
Anyways.
you needed to check. It's okay.
I was
It's
like
all
thinking
right.
AFC South, but I'm like, no,
Right.
they're in the AFC East.
No, they would have won the
Yeah,
division.
they split it. Yeah, right. Oh, yeah. Duh. So
Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Am
No,
I
you're not wrong.
That division sucked. The whole South of the NFL sucked.
it was garbage.
Garbage.
How Tennessee's considered South, though, is beyond my comprehension.
I guess it's South.
It's closing up.
Yeah.
But it's the Bills.
Just South Chicago.
And I mean, they both equally have the same amount
on
of
the South Side. I'm in Joliet.
straight out Joliet.
I love being from the South Side of Illinois. Where are you from exactly? Knoxville.
Knoxville. But I think the Bills are going to have a little more edge on them after with everything that happened with Damar. I think they're out on a mission now. They know what they're playing for. And, I mean, they've came this close. They were out on a mission to win the Super Bowl because of how they played last year. And this is still an extremely talented team. It's going to be close, though. I think it's going to be close because they've always been playing it close. But, yeah, I'm going to have to take the Bills on this one as well. I'm going to take them by a whole touchdown.
Okay. I'm definitely going to go with the Bills because I don't know where Tua is at with this thing.
I don't think he's playing.
I don't think
Whether
he's-
or not Teddy Two Gloves plays is another question.
Yes, I mean, Miami still has some playmakers, but Buffalo's offense really explosive. I like them a lot. I think they have a tremendous amount of talent still on defense, even without Von Miller. So I'm going to take the Bills. I'm going to take the Bills, I think, by 2 touchdowns. Okay. I think it's a bit of a blowout in this one.
I was saying touchdown if Tua plays, but I don't know. He kept saying that he was going to play.
Yeah, I mean, I think he plays, and I think he still puts up some points, but I think Buffalo can run away with this one.
He's going to get another concussion.
Yeah, I think he could
That's what I'm afraid of.
easily get hurt in a big way. So I'll say Buffalo by a full touchdown. I'll definitely say it hits the over, though. I definitely think even if Dolphins don't score a lot of points, I think Buffalo can still like put them to bed.
Let's run through these last 3 real quick.
Yep.
All right, Giants and Vikings. Vikings 3-point favorite. Over under 48.5.
What time's the game again?
3:30. So it's not dark. We know Kirk's scared of the dark.
He'll play the first half really well, and then the second half he'll be terrible.
See this?
Oh, it's nighttime! Damn it!
This one's just.
It's like
this
Dr.
one's
Jekyll
tough.
and Mr. Hyde of quarterback.
Kirk can't pull through in the playoffs.
I don't know if New York has the DBs to hang with the wide receivers.
They've done a good job so far. Collectively as a defense, they've done a pretty good job.
But Justin Jefferson is a different beast.
Well, you could let him feast and then take everybody else away.
Yeah, to everyone
we've seen if the Vikings have that option sometimes where they can't pass everybody else but Justin Jefferson. I mean, Kurt's fine with it, but that sometimes hasn't won them every game. That's the problem.
And by the way, Andrew, you and I both have an apology to make.
Which one?
Thibodeau. We were wrong. You are not a bust.
Yeah, you're good or whatever.
It's very rarely when Andrew and I agree on who's going to be a bust.
Yeah.
And we both were like, Thibodeau's the bust.
He's fine or whatever.
We were wrong.
He's not going to be, I guess, Jadeveon Clowney 2.0.
Oh, there's another one. Jesus.
I want out of Cleveland. Cleveland didn't even want you, so shut up.
Yeah, that was a joke.
They just signed you because you were a big name and you got a couple of dollars their way.
So who you got?
I would love to see the Giants pull this off.
I would too.
But I think, yeah. I think the Vikings are going to win this. I mean, I still think it's going to be close, though, because I think Kirk Cousins isn't going to play that great. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, they're going to rely a lot on the run game, and, I mean, their run game is great. Yeah, I'll pick Minnesota.
Surprising what happens when Dalvin Cook's healty for a full season, eh?
Right?
It's interesting because it doesn't happen that often.
Never. Exactly. I can't remember the last time it has. Oh, wait, never. I'm going to pick Minnesota by 3.
I think I'm going to go with the Giants.
Okay.
I'm going to take the Giants. I think their game... No, I do not think Daniel Jones is going to have a great game. So
you like Daniel Jones.
Stuff it. I think Saquon's going to have a great game because...
Oh, you mean future Chicago running back Saquon Barkley?
It's not going to happen. Stop with that. I think, listen, the way the Giants play their offense, they keep things on the ground, they take away the clock. I think that's what they have to do to win this game against the Vikings. And their defense has shown collectively they're pretty damn good. Like, they get after it. They get after the quarterback. They attack guys. They pressure. They will push. They'll do whatever they can. They've had some moments where it's like, is that really a good call to make? Like, maybe they should have been penalized. They're doing a really good job getting away with some stuff every now and then. They're hiding it well. So I think Brian Daboll's been good for them. I think of the two of him, between him and Kevin O'Connell, I think he's the better coach. I'll say the Giants. I'll say the Giants by 2.
Okay.
And I'll say it hits the under. Kurt, man, like I said, first half, he looks like Tom Brady. But once it goes night-night and the lights come on, he's like, Zach Wilson time, and he's throwing to the wrong guys. So
scared of the dark.
Maybe that's the problem. He's just he's a nightlight.
I think he sleeps with one on.
I'm gonna lean.
His wife's just like, can you turn it off? No, I'm scared.
Right. Jesus will protect me. No, he won't. Kayvon's coming for that.
You mean Jesus?
Yeah. Dexter Lawrence is coming to eat you.
I'm gonna lean Vikings. Too much power on the offensive side for me.
Okay.
Dalvin Cook's gonna have himself a game.
I like it.
He good.
I like it a lot. All right. Next one. Ravens and Bengals. Cincinnati 7-point favorite.
You don't even need to know.
Over under 40.
You're going down, Baltimore.
Are you?
Because we don't even know if Lamar's gonna play. He says he's gonna play. John Harbaugh says he's getting ready. But guess what? In the last game of the week, he was interviewed and asked, well, Jim, what's the status on Lamar Jackson and the injury? And he goes, you know what? I'm not really going to talk about that. I think we're going to just look past that. I'm just not going to. What do you mean you're just going to look past that? That's your starting quarterback. What do you can't just be like, I'm not going to pay attention to any of that stuff. I think Lamar's trying to prove a point here because he's concerned about the money. I think that if he does sit out this playoff game because he is not healthy, fine. But if you're really going to sit this one out because you're not healthy, you're not the quarterback that anybody wants out there. And I think this Bengals will win this one. I'm going to say by a full 2 touchdowns. Because I don't think Baltimore has enough.
He's not going to play.
Why don't you just dick it?
He's not.
40 points there. Boom. Joe Burrow is my loving savior. There you go. All right. Better?
Lamar
Sorry.
Jackson's not playing because they just gave his money to Roquan, so he's mad. He's gonna sit out.
He's mad.
He's mad.
You going to a linebacker? You paid a linebacker before me?
You do realize what town you're playing in. Yes, we paid the defense.
Yes, we
Yes.
paid the middle linebacker. Didn't get in trouble in a nightclub, allegedly.
Allegedly. I got Bengals in this one as well. This is not even gonna be close. I mean, Bengals are just so damn good.
Sorry, I made myself laugh at that. Because there's a whole section of the audience that's going, what? There's a whole other section going, I know what he said. Sorry.
No, you're good. Bengals in this one. I think the Bengals have something to prove because, I mean, everyone called it last season a fluke and a Cinderella story. But I think they're a legit team. Joe Burrow is Joe Burrow. He's got like every single weapon you could think of on that offense. And the defense has been playing well as well. So, I mean, it's Joe Cool, baby. I got to give it to the Bengals on this one. I'm going to go with you. Not by 40, but I'll give them like 2-3 scores.
I'm by 2 touchdowns.
He was dicking it.
Yeah. I was giving the people what
Wait,
they
what
wanted.
did he say?
Yeah.
Dicking.
Yeah, I did not hear
Yeah.
that from what you said.
Ditka by 347 points.
I didn't hear the at the end.
I'm sure you didn't, you perv.
I got old man hearing.
Stupid tripod.
It's those little ears. All the blood rushes straight to it, and everything goes numb.
No, I stand by where I'm at.
Hey, Andrew. What have I said since the beginning of the year?
Lamar Jackson's overrated.
He's what?
That he's overrated.
That he's what?
That he overrated.
Anyone else want to argue with me that he's probably the most
But David-
overrated quarterback in the NFL?
David, they've been undefeated in the preseason for like 4 years.
And I think you're saying that because you're like, it's like there's somebody in here who might be affected by those very terms you're saying.
They're undefeated, man, in the preseason.
Listen. When the lights shine bright, you've got two polar opposites at quarterback in these games. That's if Lamar decides he wants to play. Let's just get that out there right now.
If it was Trace McSorley, it'd be a different story.
Oh, poor Trace. Can't even get a shake.
He's got his own song.
The XFL's coming.
That's right, baby.
Stupid song.
That being said,
Make that our intro.
Dude, even in my vacation.
when the lights are the brightest, Joe Burrow goes, yes, please.
He's Joe Cool.
When the lights are the brightest, Lamar Jackson goes, get that damn light off of me.
He goes Kirk Cousins.
No, he goes worse than Kirk Cousins.
Well, yeah. Unfortunately, when it comes to Lamar, like the lack of receivers and having only Mark Andrews and now Isaiah Likely, the
The
two tight
lack
ends.
of a football IQ.
I don't think it's that
You
necessary.
stupid.
It's a little personal.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly. At least he's not.
I wouldn't say that, but I think it's a lack of arm talent combined with a lack of weapons that are built perfectly for him.
Accuracy.
He's got the legs.
And a downfield arm, I think, is what's killing him.
It's Bengals, without a shadow of a doubt. Whether he plays or he doesn't play, it's the Bengals.
Either way, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Last one. Dim Cowboys and the Buccaneers. Dallas is a 2.5-point favorite with 4 to 5.5 over under
Tom Brady about to flip that switch.
to retirement.
Tom Brady going to flip that switch.
He'd be able to he'd do it better than Aaron Rodgers.
Y'all think I'm joking. I'm telling you right now, Tom Brady was LeBroning. He got him to the playoffs. He's going to flip that playoff switch. And don't be surprised if they make the NFC Championship.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No.
Yes.
Tell me there's not a team out there that they can't beat other than Philly.
That they can't beat?
Yeah.
Niners.
I don't think they can beat the Niners.
I don't even think they play the Niners until the NFC Championship.
No, they won't.
No, they wouldn't be able to play.
They
until then.
play either Minnesota.
I don't think they can beat Minnesota.
I don't know if they can beat
guarantee
Minnesota.
you
I don't
will
think they
beat
can.
Minnesota. Because guess what?
If it's a day game, good luck.
That game will be in prime
Kirk
time.
throwing for 400.
And Kirk Cousins will poo-poo all over himself.
I don't know. I still don't think so.
That defense is still solid. He's got the weapons around him.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of those guys that can flip that switch.
Yeah.
He will flip that switch.
Okay.
They will beat the Cowboys because Dak Prescott's going to do Dak Prescott things. Ezekiel Elliott's back will go out on him, and CeeDee Lamb will show that he's
all right.
not
They
a
got-
true number one
they got Tony Pollard.
on any other team other than the Cowboys.
Okay, so David doesn't like Micah Parsons anymore, so I guess then.
Yeah, what happened to your
I thought you would support your boy. What happened there? I
It's
mean,
not what you said. It's how you said it.
yeah, it's
Well,
just
I never once said
you're
I
not
didn't
putting
like
any
Micah.
respect on Micah
What about-
Parsons' name. I mean, what's up with that? Like,
Micah's playing really hurt.
yes, he's playing
yeah.
through a lot of injury, and obviously, look, teams are committing a lot more
He
to him.
had a cast on his hand
Yeah.
2 weeks ago.
So
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
he
He had the club.
he did. Boom. I'm gonna say I think Dallas can pull this out. I'm gonna say Dallas by 3. It's gonna be an ugly game, I think.
I'm not looking
know,
forward to this game.
Yeah, this is one of those games
gonna be
where I may
crap.
just like watch to see what happens over my phone, not really watch it. So I'll say Dallas by 3. I think this maybe hits the under. I just don't think it's gonna be that great of a game, unfortunately.
It's gonna be a boring ass game, and I'm gonna have I do pick. Yeah, it is gonna stink. Pee pee poo poo. It's gonna stink. I got Cowboys in this one as well. They're gonna win by a whole touchdown at least. I don't think Tom Brady's time is about done. I don't think he's flipping on a playoff switch. It wouldn't surprise me though, but I don't think he does. I think he's done. It's them boys. As much as I hate to say that,
Dumb boys.
I hate that. I know.
Don't say that.
Let's rewind and let's forget I
Blasphemy.
said that.
God.
Blasphemy.
Blasphemy.
That being said, when we come back, all hail Stetson Bennett. That's right, I said it. All hail Stetson Bennett. We'll be right back on Blow the Whistle here at Lombard Studios at IMS.
The Chicagoland area has a large number of lonely dogs currently filling shelter pens, just waiting to find a family. Nothing adds warmth to a home like a wagging tail and a warm pair of brown eyes. If you are considering adding a dog to your household, visit the Anderson Animal Shelter, where adoption counselors can assist you in selecting your new best friend. Make your house a home. Adopt a shelter dog. To see a current list of adoptees, visit their website at www.andersonanimalshelter.org or meet them in person at 1000 South LaFox Street in South Elgin. Don't have room in the home for a new furry family member? Donations of toys, collars, and soft or hard non-perishable dog food are always accepted and are greatly appreciated. All animals are spayed or neutered and are waiting with tails wagging to find a loving home. Visit 1000 South LaFox Street in South Elgin or www.andersonanimalshelter.org for more details.
Man, I'm so hungry. I need somewhere to eat fast. I have no idea where to go.
Hola, me llamo El Taco de Taco. You know where to go for the amazing taste that'll have you craving more? Taco Bell.
All right, can I get 20 tacos, please?
You got it.
Thanks, Taco.
De nada.
Good. That's it. Eat the tacos.
Taco Bell. Live más.
The Chicagoland area has a large number of lonely dogs currently filling shelter pens, just waiting to find a family. Nothing adds warmth to a home like a wagging tail and a warm pair of brown eyes. If you are considering adding a dog to your household, visit the Anderson Animal Shelter, where adoption counselors can assist you in selecting your new best friend. Make your house a home. Adopt a shelter dog. To see a current list of adoptees, visit their website at www.andersonanimalshelter.org or meet them in person at 1000 South LaFox Street in South Elgin. Don't have room in the home for a new furry family member? Donations of toys, collars, and soft or hard non-perishable dog food are always accepted and are greatly appreciated. All animals are spayed or neutered and are waiting with tails wagging to find a loving home. Visit 1000 South LaFox Street in South Elgin or www.andersonanimalshelter.org for more details.
I'm hungry too.
Listen, you tell her that we are doing our first show in like 2 weeks, and we got a lot to talk about.
I never said. Oh yeah,
Oh, we're live. Hey, welcome back to Blow the Whistle here at Lombard, Illinois.
straight out of Lombard.
I can't do it anymore.
Okay. I wasn't ready.
We've been here for years.
There you go.
Man, thanks for picking up the slack.
There's no timing.
I'm glad
Listen,
glad I'm the one that cares. What?
Everything else aside, all hail Stetson Bennett. That's right, I said it. All hail Stetson Bennett. Look,
Okay, that's a cool picture.
It took me a while to find that.
I'm telling you right now.
I don't even know if that's actually from this championship.
I think that's last year's.
Yeah, I think that's last year's,
okay.
but still.
Here, it doesn't matter though. That man, it was brought up to me the other day.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was talking to Jenks,
Yeah.
and he said he doesn't need to get drafted. He could retire from football and be a congressman for Georgia
Yeah.
for the rest of his life.
I mean, seriously.
Honestly.
I'll tell you right
Mayor
now.
of Atlanta.
You will.
But he can land a QB job somewhere.
Oh,
No,
he's going.
I mean,
he
if he
will.
wants to play football, but if he wanted to run for like
Office?
like let's say the Senate, like a certain other Georgia former Bulldog tried
who
to.
had no idea what was going on.
I mean,
allegedly.
Dude, I will tell you, funny thing is, I saw one of the political people that are on Twitter that I follow. She happened to say, if Stetson Bennett ran for the Senate right now against Herschel Walker, I guarantee you he'd win by a freaking landslide.
Oh, guarantee it. Guarantee it.
Like he was like, I'm predicting like a 61% vote in his favor, and everyone's like, God damn.
Oh, yeah. Because he's not that bad of a looking kid.
No, and he's a smart dude too. Like
Yeah.
he gets it. Like he's like, look, I'm probably not gonna be some NFL superstar quarterback, so like I know where my wheelhouse is at. And that's the thing is like he understands
But yet
where
he
his story
drops
is.
dimes.
Yeah, he does.
He's another one of those guys that when the light is the brightest, he goes,
He just lights it up.
he does a Stewart and goes, look what I can do.
He's
He's
dare I?
Oh.
He's very much the new Drew Brees, I think.
Ooh.
Very much. And listen, I say that
everything that he does.
I know.
is just
and
like
it's just
him.
it's everything from the comparison on he's like 5'11", 6 feet tall, where he kind of came from. Now I know Drew Brees came from a elite school in Westlake, right? Very highly recruited, highly touted, broke records and all that stuff. But still, Drew Brees went to Purdue. Nobody was counting on Purdue to be anything great when he got there, and he lit up the world from Purdue, right? Georgia. Everybody figures, well, Justin Fields left and Jake Fromm's now gone to the NFL. Stetson Bennett, like all of us counted him out.
And everyone
No,
thought that the
no,
defense was going to carry the
Right,
entire
yeah.
team.
No, let's get it straight. Everyone thought JT Daniels was the guy.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
JT Daniels was going to come in and steal his job, and Stetson goes, "Oh, really? Oh, it's not that easy." And he lights it up. He absolutely does a great job.
Bennett
leading the
has
way.
better legs than I thought he did.
I'm telling you, man.
He's Drew Brees with legs.
He's a better quarterback than
He's
Tim
a
Tebow.
He's a Sean Clifford sneaky white boy.
Yeah,
I would put him over Sean Clifford.
I mean, he's way better than Sean.
He's a better
way
quarterback
better
than
Yeah.
Sean
Sean
Clifford.
Clifford now.
And
no
I mean,
doubt.
look, in terms of what he
His
was.
accuracy is impeccable.
It's scary good.
What's crazy about this is that I can't even say the defense won this championship.
Oh, no.
Because look at the points they put up. 65 points. You don't get that from your defense making all those plays. Yes, give him credit. But Bennett recounts for 6 touchdowns. He tied the record for most points responsible for next to a certain other SEC quarterback that won a championship in 2019. But, it shows.
Joe Burrow.
Yeah, it's Joe Burrow.
In case you guys are
Of
wondering.
course, it's Joe Burrow. Who else would it be but Joe Burrow? But honestly, Stetson Bennett, I think, will be one of those guys. He'll go to the SEC Hall of Fame. He'll go down in College Football Hall of Fame. He's too good to not be.
He's the only quarterback ever to win the MVP in every CFB bowl game he's ever played in.
Yeah,
Bennett?
yeah.
Wow.
Every year he's been in that bowl game, he's won the MVP of that game. He is outstanding.
And not to mention, This is the 4th time a school has won back-to-back national championships ever.
Yeah.
Last one to do it was Bama in 11 and 12. Nebraska was the first one in 94, 95. You're welcome.
It's okay. You can brag about it.
I can brag.
Shouldn't have won it in 94.
Oh, my God.
But
What?
they did.
Should have been
That's
split.
that's their little thing. That's their
That
little
should
thing.
have been a split. You weren't even born
A
yet.
split. Who ends in a tie?
In 94?
Were you born in 94?
No, so I
I
don't
was
even know what
1
happened.
years old in 90. No, 2 years old in 94.
I was born in 98, boy.
Yeah,
You
so
guys
born
don't
before
even,
his time.
Y'all, you don't even know.
No, because I
know
was
it
a
was Tommy
baseball
Frazier's time.
family, so give me a break.
Undefeated teams that year.
Yeah.
Should have split.
David's old.
Yeah. No, splitting. Splitting's for losers. Here's a participation award. Splitting.
Yeah, and if they'd have played Penn State, they'd have gotten the ass.
Well, I mean, look,
What? They didn't.
by the way,
No, they copped out and played Miami.
yeah, well,
So?
look, TCU still has an unclaimed national championship from 2011, so
UCF's got one.
or 2010,
UCF's got one from what?
2014, 15.
I love that they called themselves the national champs. By the way.
Oh yeah.
Who?
But that being said,
UCF?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
ladies and gentlemen, if you did not watch the game, you probably missed out on maybe possibly the first tight end to go number 1 overall in the draft in 2024.
I mean, dude.
Dude. Who? I don't see Komet doing jet sweeps. I don't even see Pitts doing jet sweeps.
Yeah, you know why? Because this kid played running back in high school. He played running back in high school,
And
he's 6'4", 230.
I know, man, that's a big
He
ass
came in
running
like
back.
that as a freshman. How? What did I have to eat? What did I have to do? Why do genetics hate me?
You're telling me.
I knew it was coming. I kept my mouth shut.
I gotta give you a high
I knew
five.
it was coming.
Yeah.
Kept my mouth shut.
Bro, I just set that up for you. You spike it down.
Slim dog.
We're all over here bitching and moaning about our height. And I just look over and go, I'm not seeing it. Goddamn thing.
That's going on the clip show.
But
So good to be back.
I'll be honest with you. If it's not him, it's Marvin Harrison Jr.
yeah,
2024.
dude, those are the two best pass catchers in college football, period, right now. I mean, there's nobody else that's going to come close to those guys. In terms of size, speed, at those positions, nobody's coming
Those are
close.
the two offensive players that I've seen legitimately take over games that were not quarterbacks this year.
Yeah.
Who's the other one you said?
Marvin Harrison Jr.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
from
yeah.
Ohio State.
I mean, look, if they have the seasons that I'm projecting them to have, which is like both have 1,000 yards and multiple touchdowns, don't be shocked if those guys maybe are in that Heisman talk. They could have those kind of years.
I would love to see a tight end win the Heisman. That would be fantastic.
He could be the guy. Like everybody said, Kyle Pitts. Well, Kyle Pitts can probably win the Heisman.
I
but the
see
problem
more
is,
in Bowers.
yeah, that's the thing is
He's
Bowers
just
does more.
something about, and he's
Bowers is a more complete tight end than Pitts.
he's more complete, and then he's more with how the tight ends are now in the NFL.
I put it out there to say he's
Pitts-
Travis Kelce with
Pitts-
Keen.
Put Pitts at receiver, I think
Yeah.
he'd be better.
Thank you.
Put Pitts at receiver, I think he'd be
I
better.
said that from day one. I said that's your Julio Jones.
Yeah, he could. He's a better. He'd
Am
be
I
a better
wrong?
receiver.
I mean, that's
Big body, big frame, can
that's a-
go up and get it.
a pretty good 1-2 punch with him and Drake London then.
I'd do it. Hey, Arthur Smith, just saying.
But you like Drake London, I think, don't you?
Hey, I told you I was wrong about him.
Yes, you did.
I
I just like hearing
I'm
that.
one of those weird guys that can actually admit when he's wrong when he comes out and says stuff.
What about Cam Ritter?
You mean Desmond Ritter?
Desmond Ritter, not Cam. Sorry.
Oh, you mean the trash?
He's not bad.
He's horrible.
He beat Tom Brady.
Give him a
Ooh, Tom Brady wasn't even playing.
Oh yeah, that's right. he
give
wasn't
him a
playing.
chance. Give him
a chance. Come
No,
on.
I will say I do like the running back though.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
running
he's
back is
good.
good. Yeah.
Aguilera or Aguilera? Aguilera. She's a singer.
I'm gonna let it just sit out there
What is it? I don't want to Dustin
Hold on.
ligament myself.
It's Algier.
Algier?
Algier. Yeah.
Oh, so like the country.
Yes, like
Just not
Algeria.
that-
Yeah, it's Algier.
All right. That being said, sorry, dude. You can't talk right now.
Why?
How'd your bowl game go there,
Oh,
Andrew?
yeah.
That you actually went to, you piece of junk.
I didn't know I was going to this thing. Are you kidding me?
Was it a Christmas present?
Yes, it was.
Wait, you went?
Yeah. Went.
Oh yeah.
How's this BS?
I saw the pictures
When did I didn't even see them.
Facebook, and I'm like, you son of a gun.
Yeah. So when I was on vacation, I was in PR. My family, my cousin said, I got a present for you, but it's not here. And I was like, what do you mean it's not here? So he's like, let's hop on a plane. I'm like, what do you mean hop on a plane? Where are we going for this thing? Now, I thought he was getting me a car, honestly. I was like, oh, I'm going to get a new car. This is going to be great.
He thought he was getting a puppy dog.
Yeah, right. Yeah. No, lo and behold, we land in Tampa, and I'm like, why?
He gets a tiger.
We land in Tampa. I'm like, why are we here?
Mike Tyson.
He's like, we're going to go to dinner. And then we go to dinner, and it's like late at night when we went, and then he slides over like an envelope. I'm like, what are we doing, a deal real quick? What is this? And he opened it up, and I was like, and he's like, I mean, I know they're your favorite team, and I just, by the way, we're in a fancy restaurant. I get up and I hug this man. Like, I'm like, thank you. And then like there's adults in like suits and dresses around us.
I would have yelled, yes, I'll do it, yes.
I really should have when Harry Met Sally did. I really should have.
Yes, I do.
I felt like it, but it was a great experience. I mean, I feel bad because Purdue I thought would have been more in the fight. I know Aiden O'Connell didn't play in that game, so LSU kind of ran away with it.
Neither did Jones.
Yeah, Jones didn't either. And it's unfortunate, but at the same time, it's really nice to see that LSU could put down that kind of those kind of numbers. They had 3 quarterbacks involved in this game. Actually 4, because Howard got hurt at some point.
Yeah, didn't all 4 throw touchdowns?
No, only Nussmeier and
3 of them did, because it was a record.
No, it was Nussmeier and it was Daniels, and then Neighbors, their wide receiver, threw a touchdown pass.
God.
So yeah, Howard went 2 for 4, and then he got an owie and then came out. But I mean, look, it was lopsided, but it was good to see. LSU gets a big bowl game win. It's a nice win, and I think it's made a great effort because the transfer portal is heating up in their favor. So, and Jaden Daniels is coming back, and I'm as an LSU fan, I'm really excited. And I had a lot of fun.
They're gonna have a good team next year.
It was really hot in Tampa, by the way. Why is it 90 degrees and plus 110% humidity? It was so hot.
Andrew, I've been at that bowl game. I feel your pain.
Yes, oh my God.
I will say this much though.
Yeah.
At least you didn't have a cigarette burn on your eye.
Oh jeez.
Good.
I never told you guys this story.
No.
So I've been telling this story a lot lately for some reason. After my mom passed away, I think it was the year after my mom passed away, my dad called me up and said, hey, it was the Outback Bowl, right?
Yeah.
Or the Gator Bowl. Or
Citrus Bowl.
Yeah, Citrus
Bowl. It was a Citrus
Bowl. I couldn't remember
Bowl.
the name of it, jeez.
So my dad gets a hold of me and says, hey, would you like to go and watch Penn State versus Florida at the Citrus Bowl? Mm-hmm. I'm like, heck yeah, let's. So we get the tickets and everything. And
you guys road trip it down?
We flew.
Oh, you flew? Okay.
We get down there, and a whole bunch of my ex-friends from when I went to high school and when I went to college are there.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
So we all decide to go out for drinks on New Year's Eve.
Understandably.
Rum and Cokes are flowing.
Mm-hmm.
We're having a good time. They start handing out, and this is on a pier, mind you.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, God.
They're handing out the party hats for the countdown.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, back then, I didn't have this.
Mm.
I didn't get the party hat on, and I was smoking a cigarette, and it was in my mouth, and the rubber band.
Oh.
Ouch.
Knew it hurt, but didn't really feel it at the time.
Yeah.
Trust me, the next day when I was in 105 temperature with 100% humidity,
You were feeling it?
I felt it the whole day.
Yep.
Oh.
It was so bad.
And think about the sweat.
Oh, my dad,
Stinging.
I love my dad to death. My God bless you, Pop. Looked at me and goes, what happened there?
Yeah.
He goes, cigarette bite back? Because he used to, my old man used to, like, I'll give you another story real quick. Mm-hmm. My old man used to smoke because he used to work in the steel mills in Chicago during college breaks to make money for college.
Mm-hmm.
So he learned how to smoke from the steel workers. So when he was smoking at the height of his smoking, 4 packs a day, non-filter Camels.
Jeez.
Yikes.
Oh my
You know what he said to
God.
me the first time he saw me smoking cigarettes and I had my pack and my little thing?
Mm-hmm.
He goes, next rest area, we're pulling over. We're getting you some real man cigarettes, not these cigarettes you're smoking right here. Filters. I went,
I did one unfiltered once, and I
Nope.
got sick.
I
got
couldn't.
so sick, and I was like, never again. Nope, not happening.
so no, yeah, I know where you're coming from.
Yeah.
That
Well, if you want
Tampa does not get enough credit for being a great freaking city.
it is.
by the way.
No, it was so much
I
fun
haven't.
there.
That's the place I need to go to.
The
I haven't
people
been
were there were amazing. Like we went to one bar and
I
people were
think
offering us drinks and stuff. Like
There's a Marriott right on a.
Yeah.
It's right across from where the Lightning play.
Okay.
yeah.
Great hotel.
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to play the fun game, you want to try and find me in the audience. We're somewhere in the midsection. Not going to tell you where, but you can find me. I am in a dark teal sleeveless shirt for like 2.5 quarters, and then it just came off. I'm just going to be honest with you. So if you find the big old white guy
Hey,
sitting
we
somewhere.
found ourselves at the Purdue Penn State game.
That's true. So if you want to
can
go
find
look for
Andrew.
that, you look for that and you send me an email with that photo.
It wasn't real hard. It was white, Notre Dame green, and then
I had I have olive green on, which was
yeah.
that was the thing. It was white Notre Dame, and then olive green, and you can just see the specks of us. And I'm like, hey, there we are, in like a sea of black and
the funniest thing in all the pixelation, you know what popped the best?
What?
My freaking red beard. That's how we knew.
I could see. You could see like the little. It was just a dot, but you could see the little dot. And I'm like, and there's David's beard.
There's David.
But that being said, once again, you have nothing to say.
No.
Well, you had next year. Next year.
Always for Nebraska.
Next year.
It's like Cowboys fans.
Can I just say, I was absolutely pleasantly surprised with the Rose Bowl.
That was really good.
That
was a really good game.
That might have been, and I can't believe I must say this.
Say it.
Sean Clifford's best performance ever as a quarterback for Penn State.
There it
He
is.
looks really good.
He played really well in that game, and they were spot on.
I remember I texted you.
Hey, by the way, hello nation. My name's Nick Singleton.
That kid's gonna
My
be
son,
really good.
Dominic. Oh, you want to talk about a reaction? He hit the hole, and Dominic goes, "He's gone." I went, "Yep."
That kid is the best in the nation for a reason, folks. He's gonna
They
be one
had
of those
both
top
their
guys.
running backs make the all-freshman team in college football.
Yeah, because they're insane.
Good God.
They are insane.
What the hell?
Holy cow.
Yeah, it's crazy because
Oh, that I think it was one of the Clifford's passes. I remember I texted like right after. I'm like, burned his ass.
That's right. I remember. Yes, I remember that.
Yeah.
Kudos to you. What a great way to end a 20-year career at Penn State.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear something hilarious? So they watched the Penn State-Oregon game.
Uh-huh.
It's just like motivation. Franklin pops a joke because all the players see him doing this. And he goes, I was just looking for Sean. It was 94.
Oh, jeez.
So even Franklin gets that he's been there. But I also want to give a lot of kudos to James Franklin for calling that timeout and letting Sean Clifford have his moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
He's done a lot for the university as a quarterback, both on and off the field too. His off the field presence has been really good with
He's going
foundations
to be one
and
of
stuff.
those guys that ends up being an unbelievable coach. I just have a feeling.
Well,
Clifford?
I've heard him
Or Franklin.
Clifford.
I could see.
I've heard him talk too. Like this is a guy that could do like those motivational talks too. Like you send him,
He's a leader.
You send him to a clinic and stuff. Like he's a guy that you could easily in front of like 100 people at like an office space could give you that speech that could easily be like, we get together, we rally, and we triumph over everything. Like he is a true field general, like you said, leader.
He's a leader. I will never discount the fact that kid is a leader.
He's tough too.
Tough as nails. Tough to a fault at times because he shouldn't have been playing in some of those games.
Yes.
But that's
Yeah.
neither here nor there. The Clifford era has concluded on a very high note. I will say this, and I don't know if you noticed because you notice things like I notice things.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see him and Rising get
Yeah.
together.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear what Rising said?
I didn't.
Did you read his lips?
No, what did he?
Clifford goes, "Am I going to see you later?" And he goes, "No, I'm coming back." So Cam Rising's going to go back to Utah.
I don't blame him. I mean,
He's got unfinished business.
that's the thing. He wants to.
He wants the Rose Bowl.
He wants the Rose Bowl. He wants to win the Pac-12 again. He wants to prove they can beat USC. And I'm gonna be honest too. He don't want to let that other quarterback in the book because Utah's got another quarterback, and that dude, he can fly, he can run, he can get it all done. So
Who are you talking to?
Calming the wife down.
I was gonna say it's the wife. I agreed with you.
Tell her. Okay.
She's like,
Emily, we're gonna get done here soon.
She quotes. She's
promise.
like, she quotes me. We're gonna try to not go too long, and she goes 2.5 hours later. I'm like, it's our first show in forever.
We've been
Okay.
going.
So M, let me put it to you this way.
If she's watching,
Hey, you said you're off Thursday, right?
I am.
Do you want to do just a You're Killing Me Smalls show? Because we've got a lot.
We can just do one full show dedicated to You're Killing Me Smalls.
Yeah. Do you want to do You're Killing Me Smalls show on
We can
Thursday?
do that
All right.
as long as we go fairly early, because I'm going to the Blackhawks game later. But yeah,
We'll go 2 to 3.
that's
We can do that.
perfect. Emily's gonna be sleeping. She works third shift.
No,
She
that's
works
not
third
okay.
shift.
She's got to be here for this. Then, like, that's not acceptable.
I'll wake her ass up.
Yeah, that's all I need.
I
is
work 12 hours. I don't care. You're killing me,
She's not gonna be mad at me. She's gonna be mad at you.
Yeah. That's all I need is a mad kink. I mean, what I meant to say was.
She's gonna hate you.
The meter's like building up right now, and it's all just. Gonna
I love
explode.
her so much. It's not even funny.
We're gonna be out
She's
to
like a
dinner.
little sister, man.
We're gonna be out to dinner, and a dinner plate's gonna come just over your head.
But getting back to the Penn State thing,
Yeah.
great way to end it for Sean. The future of that university looks so bright.
Absolutely.
Your recruiting is looking good.
Transfer portal has been.
Who's the other quarterback you guys have?
Drew Aller.
Drew Aller. He's looking good.
Drew Aller era is about to begin.
And I'm.
She just texted back. I'm watching. ...
I love you.
He said it.
I didn't say nothing.
Here, wait. Let's.
No. Back off.
Look how little my hand looks.
I could just make my hand disappear. Wait, let me do this, and then you put your arm. Put your arm towards David, so it makes it look like my arm goes all the way to David.
Ready?
What is wrong? What is
This
wrong?
isn't working.
is
It was
wrong?
so stupid. I'm almost.
TJ's just back there going.
TJ,
can we get over with this already?
Can we
stop?
really quick? Round of applause for TJ for putting up with this, man. Thank you. We all appreciate it so much.
It's been 2 weeks of build up, man.
Dealing with our
Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. This is 2 weeks of
We're
me.
not typical men. It's not like a wham bam.
I'm almost 30, so.
I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I came out of this feeling happy for once, and that's very odd for me when it comes to Sean Clifford led Penn State teams. And
I mean, it's a step in the right direction for Penn State to go because
absolutely because
you don't know what's going to happen with Michigan and Ohio State now, and
I
that
know
field
exactly what's going to happen.
The
to
two
Michigan
early
and Ohio
predictions
State.
so far, they got you guys at like 6,
5.
I've seen anywhere from 5 to 7.
Yeah.
I'm okay with either.
Hey, I
any
mean
of these.
that's pretty damn good.
LSU's around 6 to 7.
Yeah.
Nebraska, as far as the way too early.
Nebraska's at like 2, 1 maybe.
Actually, they're like in the top 50, I think. If
Yeah,
I'm not
they are in the top
They're
50.
in the top 50.
We made it, boys. We made it. We're going somewhere.
That's all
everybody-
on Matt Rule right
Here's
there.
the thing. Everybody's team here right now that we support, Penn State,
0-0-0.
Nebraska, LSU, everybody's taking the step in the right direction. And it's because, again, transfer portal and recruiting is starting to change now.
By the way, can we just take one moment and just look into the camera and say, oh, I can't remember his last name. The former Georgia defensive tackle, David, who does the pregame for ESPN.
What?
That's what I was saying. Who?
Who said
Why am I
that
forgetting?
Georgia's the most dominant. Yeah, it's killing me. To see the look
Son
and to
of a
have the
gun.
balls to do it with Nick
Hold
Saban on the stage with you.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Kudos to you.
That was
Who was it?
David.
Did I seriously not like the tweet? I could have sworn I did.
Oh my God,
Damn it.
what was it?
I'll find it. But no, that was.
I mean,
that was hilarious.
look, I'm sorry to say this, but as much as people may hate to hear this,
Dave
Alabama's.
David Pollock.
Yeah, that's it. David Pollock. Alabama's not
The
gonna.
first version of Tim Tebow,
Yeah.
mind you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Waited till marriage to have sex.
Good for you.
Yeah. That was his big thing when he was coming into the NFL. The whole story was about him waiting.
Yeah. I mean, if you're into that thing with certain people, as
you
long
do
as-
you, man.
Yeah, as long as they're not, insane in the membrane. But
Insane in the brain.
yeah, like some people that I know. But other.
We can't start talking about
No, we're gonna be here forever then, and quite frankly,
Andrew's got a
TJ's
list.
got stuff to do.
I don't know if they're
TJ's
still.
got bingo to call.
I don't know if they're
Let's go.
still searching for me. So all right,
It starts at 6.
Oh, we got to wrap up.
Gotta go.
okay, we gotta go. Yeah, college football,
Should've
really
said
good.
something.
Go Huskers.
Sorry, man.
We'll be back Thursday, 2:00 for You're Killing Me Smalls. For me, David Double D Dykstra.
Tyler, Yeo, Ball and Chain, Butterball, Buterball.
Andrew, whatever, Valentin at this point.
Be positive, stay positive, do positive things for other people. Peace out.
God. David's going to get me and TJ